voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
As a photo, the girl that always crying.
I'm passing the phone to the mother that struggles.
Why would you?
Okay, my bad.
Okay, your friend, mama. Why would you say that? Say it, mama. Say it.
Say what?
A mother that struggles? Exposed in front of the whole camera. That's crazy. The struggles with what? Maya, why would you say that?
Mama, I know who you is. You shouldn't act like we ain't. We is struggling.
Maya, we're not struggling.
We're struggling.
Baby, for Maya to say we is struggling and you sitting there acting like we ain't. She said, Maya, we are not struggling. Maya said, we is struggling. Shout out to Maya and this beautiful mother, man. This had me weak. She said, you gonna sit there and act like, she said, we is struggling and you gonna sit there and act like we not struggling? I gotta run it back one more time. Maya had me weak, girl. Maya said, we is struggling, okay? I'm not gonna play on this camera with you. We struggling.
I'm passing the phone to the girl that always crying.
I'm passing the phone to the mother that struggles.
Why would you?
Okay, my bad.
Okay, your friend, mama.
Why would you say that?
Say it, mama. Say it.
Say what?
A mother that struggles? Exposed in front of the whole camera. That's crazy. The struggles with what? Maya, why would you say that?
Mama, I know who you is. You shouldn't act like we ain't. We is struggling.
Maya, we're not struggling.
We're struggling.
Shout out to Maya, bro. Good morning. Happy Educational Friday. Shout out to everybody in the building, okay? Now, I ain't gonna lie. It don't look like Maya's struggling, but whatever Maya's struggling for, I believe her. Now, when I seen Maya don't look like she's struggling at all. But there's something Maya feel like she's struggling with, and who am I to come in between Maya and her struggle? So we just gonna go with the move, mama. Y'all struggling according to Maya. You see what I'm saying? But shout out to Maya. Happy Educational Friday. Shout out to everybody in the building. Get in here. Get the likes up on the video. We're going to discuss a few things. First and foremost, the first thing I want to talk about, well, no, it ain't going to be the first thing, but one thing I do want to talk about is how I be right. So the more testimony comes out on quote unquote Jane Doe, it leads me to feel like I just have to drop this message on y'all because I be telling y'all about this and I'm not even nowhere in New York, nowhere around the trial. I don't know Jane Doe. I don't know none of these people, but I am a good judge of character. And when I told y'all Jane Doe was in for the shiz not ease, at first it came off half and half. People was like, voodoo, you being wrong. You dirty. That's a black woman. Woo, 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 da, da, da. Now it comes out, not only is she a willing participant, she's just as freaky as Diddy. And I would like to say I told y'all niggas.
I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all niggas. I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all niggas.
It's like, I don't have to know the person, but I'm I'm good at pathology. I'll just say that. I'm really good at pathology. And I can look at a person's patterns and their actions, and I can tell you everything about the person. I don't know. I've always been like that. I never listen to what people say. I've never been in my life the type of person to listen to what a person says. I don't care about what you say because I'm going to listen to store it, not to believe it, to store it. Because now I want to see if your actions match what you say. You see what I'm saying? So given Jane Doe's self-admitted history with Diddy, not to mention her going to a whole nother freak off with another main celebrity, and y'all want me to say, but then Stockholm syndrome. It's Stockholm. Most of y'all can't even spell Stockholm, but y'all want me to go with the Stockholm people. Gotcha. And they say Kanye at the courthouse today, allegedly. I saw that on Tisa Tales. Take that with, yeah. Anyways, according to Tisa Tales, she said Kanye the other day. They say he tried to pull up yesterday. They had to do a 30, 45-minute doggone break because Ye tried to pull up. You know what I'm saying? And some of the testimony is saying that this lady was over there. It's a whole bunch of cucks in the industry. And I could have told y'all that. But y'all don't be listening to me because y'all like their music and their athleticism and they movies. Y'all don't want to listen to me, though. I keep telling you, niggas. Y'all got to start listening. You think Kanye and Diddy is the only les freaks in Hollywood? Tell the truth. Do y'all really think out of all these people y'all like and y'all know and y'all cool with and y'all see on y'all really think that Diddy and Ye are the only two celebrities that gets down with the get down? Anyway, we'll discuss it. Then I saw Diddy phone call when he called the girl a crack pipe. We're gonna discuss that too. Riots. So Florida sheriff came out and issued a warning to everybody in Florida who want to play stupid games and win stupid prizes. And again, I'm still trying to figure out why Black Americans care. We're going to discuss that too. Then we got to discuss country music. Did y'all know it went smooth over my head? When we were watching that K. Michelle video, when she was telling the lady she absolutely did grow up in country music, the lady said, but we haven't seen you in contemporary country music. And I'm saying, it just went over my head. It never made sense. But now it makes sense. So apparently country music, the Clears, you know, the real racist Clears, well, all of them are, but you know what I mean. They've decided to divide country music genres into two. One for the niggers, one for the Clears. Now, they're not going to say that one is for the niggers and one for the Clears. They're never going to say that. That's just too crazy. However, you'll notice that most of the niggers go to contemporary country music and most of the Clears go to the other country music. Remember, K. Michelle said, we played it yesterday. She said, my label told me I have the countryest album out right now, period. Yet they're sliding her into contemporary. We gonna discuss that because this is something that they be doing on that slick side stuff. So basically they're making us the DEI of country music, the minority of country music. And I don't too particularly like it. We gonna discuss it. And then I want to talk about Antonio Brown being wanted for attempted unaliving. Elon Musk. I was right about that too. He barked up the wrong tree and the tree fell on him. From what I hear, and I was watching Tasha K, but from what I hear, they say the Fed's about to come get him and they trying to take his money. Yeah, we gonna get into that. And then we gonna get into this gospel sector and why I feel like all the gospel people who have a problem with Glorilla, all the gospel artists who have a problem with Glorilla, not the gospel people, the gospel artists who have a problem with Glorilla winning the best gospel album or best gospel song or whatever it was she won, we need to have a conversation because I'm so tired of the hypocritical Christians. We gonna get into it, but y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. Come on in, honey child. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Courtney, thank you for being a member for 5 months. I'm usually part of the replay game, but voodoo, I said goodbye to my first grade students yesterday. Summer break has begun. God is good, girl. Yes, he is all the time. And I just would like to say thank you for your services. First grade, oh, girl, them little serial killers. Girl, please. Thank you for your services, ma'am. Enjoy your time off. Now, they say a lot of the teachers be going right into summer school or something like that. Girl, I'll be selling coochie over the summer before I go back to summer school. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? I would literally call up Jane Doe, and no, I wouldn't call that whore because I'd really be working 4 jobs with her. We ain't gonna be making no money. You see what I'm saying? I was gonna say I would call up Jane Doe and see how I can make a couple of loose ends tie, but it seems to me that she's still tying up loose ends and she been in the game with billionaires. So I'm not gonna call her, but I'm just telling you, for me, if I was a teacher, September through what it is, May, June through August, coochie is on sale. That's just for me. It would be my outlet. You know what I'm saying? It would be my outlet. You know, I wouldn't do the Jane Doe. I wouldn't get the train. I wouldn't do the choo-choo. But I would probably do a couple dates here and there. You know, tie up a couple of loose ends. You see what I'm saying? That's it. But yeah, again, thank you for your service, Courtney. Thank you. Thank you. All the educators out here. Thank y'all for y'all service, girl. I'm telling you, y'all need to be up there with the first responders. I said what I said. Y'all need to be up there with the first responders. Now, let's get on into the episode. Girl, I'm so doggone reality TV struck. Now, let's start with the gospel music since I brought that up last. So, this is what happened. So, y'all remember Glorilla? We talked about this the other day. Glorilla won the best gospel music. What was it? Hold on, let me show y'all so y'all can see. I forgot, it's BET, so it's all a bunch of crap anyways. I mean, I remember when I first seen gospel music at the BET Awards, immediately I thought this was a bunch of crap because I didn't think gospel music belonged there. And this is why we about to get into the gospel music artists. But here's the night. Glorilla won the best gospel / inspirational. Is that what it was, Adriana Sanchez? Whatever it was, she won the award. Now, like most Negroes in America, we understand that typically when it comes to the church, you're supposed to keep that secular stuff over there and keep God over here. But see, y'all started blurring the lines and blending the gears, okay? And we're going to get into it. So Glorilla won the award. I think it's stupid. But then again, me knowing what I know about the church and about the artists and a lot of the people who run the church, I understand that those people and the celebrities are one and the same, so it makes sense. But on the surface level, it's very stupid that a person who raps and talks about stuff like, hold on. I hate when this thing do this. Whoever put this feature on here need to be slapped. Picture. Bitch, I don't need no picture. Okay. Abortion storyteller of the year. Glorilla, an unapologetic force in music and culture, is this year's recipient of the Abortion Storyteller of the Year award. Through her fearless storytelling, she has amplified the realities of abortion experiences, using her platform to spark critical conversations and push back against stigma. Whether through lyrics, public statements, or advocacy, Glorilla's voice resonates with authentically making spaces for Black women, Southern communities, and young people to see themselves reflected in the site for aborted success. So now this is the person who won the Glorilla gospel thing. Woo. Okay? Now this is what the internet saying. I didn't say it. This is what the internet said. But I told y'all, Glorilla and Sexy Red and Meg are all advocates for that. They just like to mask it and use different words. Because I tell you guys, words have power. So what do they call it instead of the AB? They call it, Planned Parenthood, women's rights. See, if they just come out and say what it is, like I just read the article to you, it's going to be a shocker. It's going to be like, OMG, this is horrible. But if I say this is women's rights or this is women's reproductive care or something like that, you'll probably accept it a bit more and be like, oh, That makes sense. Whoop de whoop de whoop. Go on about your business. But see, when they named Meg Thee Stallion, when they gave her the award for Planned Parenthood and made her the face and all that, and the ambassador for Planned Parenthood, and then Meg and Glow, and mind you, Meg and Glow at the time was over there promoting STIs, STDs. It's okay. Go ahead on and go get your little medicine. Go get that abortion. You don't need it. Do we need to go back to early Glorilla? Do we need to go back to early Glorilla with her friends and the Hennessy and things of that nature? And it's the same thing with Sexy Red. They got paid really, really well to promote abortions to us. Okay? All right. So again, it only sounds bad because they're using the real words. They're not saying women's reproductive health care like the people used to say. Because listen, this message is the same message you see when they call it women's reproductive health care or women's rights. This is the same thing. It's just worded differently. The exact same thing. That's why I keep telling y'all words are very powerful. So now you get an article where they just flat out saying what it is and everybody's clutching their invisible pearls. But this is what I've been trying to tell y'all from the beginning. But neither here nor there. The gospel community feels the need to come out. What's his name? Ty. What's his name? Him. Who this is? Little fake ass Kirk Franklin. Now he coming out and he got something to say about Glow winning the award. And I want you guys to listen to this, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it when we're done. Check it out.
The gospel music industry needs an overhaul, period. After last night's show, it's an indicator that we just need a complete reset. Like what are we doing? Are we allowing this to happen over and over again and wonder why the gospel music industry is dying? Come on, man. In order to have something different, you have to do something different. So we need people in the room that know gospel music, that's in the trenches of gospel music, that's advocating for the genre as a whole and not one particular person. It's already a small genre. So it's hard for us to watch the Dr. Bobby Jones Gospel Award being given to somebody that's not in our space, right? No disrespect to the artist, but that's not the space she's in. And so it makes it discouraging, disappointing, and it takes the wind out of all of it. And we wonder why gospel music is dying. It's because we're doing things like that. Well, on top of that is we're tired. Nobody will say this, but I will. Of seeing the same people being celebrated year after year. Like there is nobody else in gospel music. Like no one else is working. You cannot just give it to one person as if they're the ones that's keeping it going. No. We're done with that. Last night was a great win for the ratings for BET. I give certain people awards for ratings, but it was not a win for the gospel music industry. We got to do better. So I propose let's start something where we can come together and have someone advocating for the genre that have no other motive and agenda in the room, but to elevate the gospel music genre as a whole. That's what I feel.
All right, what's his name? Dietrich Haddon. Wasn't he on some sort of like reality TV or something at one point? I feel like I saw him, Dietrich Haddon. Wasn't he married? Because I thought he was a little loose-wristed. I'm pretty positive I seen him on some sort of reality TV somewhere. Y'all know I'm a reality TV connoisseur. So is it Preachers of LA? Gotcha. Y'all know I don't miss nothing. When it comes to reality TV, I don't miss. I may not remember the name, I may not remember who in it, and I may not remember when it come out, but I remember. I used to, not no more because it's so diluted, but I used to live for reality TV. I didn't care if it was the girl reality TV from the Clears. I didn't care who. I just used to love it. So I do recall him. I just want to bring up a few things that he brought up. Well, one of the things he said is this is not a win for gospel music, and how could we allow this to happen? I would like to chime in, if I may. to Diedrich Haddon, and it's not really you just kind of picked up the ball and ran with it. But if you want to know why or how something like this can happen, I think you need to look at your gospel music pioneers that stepped their foot into the shithole they call regular contemporary music. So for instance, prior to Kirk Franklin, Mary, Yolanda Adams, who else? Prior to these people, gospel music stayed in gospel music. The two lines literally never crossed. Meaning, y'all put a 1 in the chat if you ever was around back in the day when they used to have the Mississippi Mass Choir. You see what I'm saying? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember those days. Paul S. Martin over there with God doggone Raymond Miles. You see what I'm saying? This is back when gospel was gospel and this was this. The two never crossed. And gospel was doing extremely well. As a matter of fact, gospel music artists did very well in the church chitlin circuit. You see what I'm saying? So at one point, the two never met. But see, what happened was, this is just my opinion because I don't know these people personally. But this is what happened was you niggas started to get greedy. You see, the church fame wasn't good enough for you niggas. Going from chitlin church to chitlin church wasn't good enough for you niggas. You niggas wanted to rub shoulders with the Glorillas. You niggas wanted to be in the music videos with the Glorillas. You niggas wanted to stand side by side with these secular music sinning ass niggas. Y'all wanted that. We didn't go looking for gospel music. Gospel music came, found us sinning ass. I was sinning ass. And here we go. So once you cross that line and you get to doing Kirk Franklin and Mary, it's the God in me with the beat on it. You see what I'm saying? Or when you start hearing Kirk Franklin with the all his songs, anything, you could just pick I almost gave up on up. Y'all know what y'all was doing with that beat. Y'all know exactly what y'all was doing with that beat. None of those sounds are gospel music sounds. And anybody who's Black American know that I ain't lying. Ain't read none of them sounds gospel music sounds. Not Stomp, not none of that shit Mary was putting out, not that Tamala Man stuff. None of that stuff is gospel music sound. I know I was in the gospel choir all the way through high school, baby. I know my mama made us be a Jehovah's Witness, but she also allowed me to continue my life in the gospel music sector. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? But y'all want to smooth and creep on over. Now, Glorilla win an award, and now you want to segregate and separate. Nah, fuck that. Take your lick. All you gospel music awards you gospel singing ass niggas who want to be all cool and hip. You niggas want to TD Jakes us out and go hang out with the Diddies, but still be y'all. That's what happened to y'all. You niggas wanted to put 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and y'all know the Most High don't work like that. So yeah, gospel music is a joke. Gospel music is a joke. It's been a joke for a long time, but now it's the biggest joke it's ever been. Let's really be clear about it. And Ty, what is his name? Not Ty. Dietrich, you've made a handsome penny off of exploiting gospel people and gospel music, adding your secular music to it too. So I don't want to hear you get on here talking about, and I'm tired of the same people being celebrated. You know what it is. You know what you signed up for. Shut up and color, nigga. You know what it's hitting for. You get your coin, right? You live in your nice house, right? Ain't your house nicer than most of the people down at the church? Ain't your car nicer than most of the people down at the church? Don't you but more than likely have more in your checking account than people combined in the church? Shut your duck ass up, nigga. The fuck? Nigga, get it how you live. And I hate that I'm even feeling like I'm helping up for Glow, because Glow really shouldn't have got the award. But I'm saying, gospel music artists, you asked for it. Now you got it. Get it how you live. Charge it to the game. Charge it to the fucking game. Go back to gospel where you niggas was celebrities and presidents and all that stuff in your sector. But you don't want to do that because there's not enough clout there. There's not enough clout there. See, y'all want to do music with these people and then want to separate yourselves when they win the award, man. F that, F y'all. Get it how you live. The Most High gonna come get y'all anyway, because y'all over there running amok no way down to the church house. But like I say, with you niggas, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Church ain't even church no more. So it don't even matter. Glo could win, shit. Saint might win the award next year at this point. Girl, please. Dietrich, go lay down. Go lay down. You and all your constituents. I'm talking about all you niggas that want to tiptoe and hopscotch over to the sinning side. Shut y'all duck ass up and get it how you live. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't. Because there was a time in gospel music where them people say you keep that out there. Because in the Lord's house, you don't bring that in here. And it crept this way. It took decades, but it crept this way in there. Oh, yeah. You want to know when it first started coming in there? I'm going to tell you when it got in there. You want to know? You want to know when that devil started popping up in the church? When y'all had that man come in there, that fat man come in there and play them drums. That's when y'all started. Yeah, y'all know that big ass man who be sweating on them drums. Y'all want to add drums to the organs, huh? There you go. Now y'all in there stomping and Glorilla getting no award. Get it how you live. That's how I feel. Because back in the day, the church ain't had no drum set. You niggas want drums, huh? Y'all want that beat, huh? Go, okay, yeah. Go ahead on catch that beat. Y'all niggas want the beat. Gotcha. Now you don't want what the beat come with. That's crazy to work. That's crazy to me. I don't understand. That's crazy. You want the beat, but you don't want to come with the beat. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Girl, bye. It's always either a child or an old fat ass man. Stop me when I start lying. It's always a child. Sometimes it be a decent brother, but it's always a child, some fat ass man waiting for the service to be over so he can go eat. We all go to the same church. We just go to the same church in different locations. All Black Americans go to the same church. It's just in different locations. Stop me when I start lying. We all go to the same church. We do. You know we do. I don't care if you in New York and I'm in New Orleans. We all go to the same church. Girl, bye. Anyway. I don't care what religion you is. We all go to the same church, girl. Anyways, let's move on. Now, I want to get into Antonio Brown. So what is going on with AB? So we talked about it on this channel. So Antonio Brown was at this, was it a fight or a party? I can't remember. But either way, they tried to jump Antonio Brown. And when they tried to jump him, it seemed like he was fighting back at first. But then it seemed like he pulled, or somebody allegedly pulled out something, or whatever the case may be, and we heard shots fired. That's all I know. Now, it happened. Everybody went on about their business, and then yesterday it drops that he has a warrant out for his arrest for attempted unaliving, red rum. I said, what? Now, then it dawned on me, if a firearm did go off and there were people around, and it did, and there were people, then yes, you potentially put all those lives in danger. So maybe that's the angle they're going with it. But I also know Florida is a stand your ground state. Now, according to Antonio Brown, he is using self-defense because according to him, they jumped him. He said he didn't go messing with them. They came messing with him. Now, like I say, Florida being a stand your ground state, he may be able to get off on this because if they approached him, then he has a right to stand his ground. You see what I'm saying? Technically. But we'll see. Let's get into this story. It says Antonio Brown is facing serious charges after a fight broke out following a celebrity boxing event in Miami. According to a warrant obtained by the Washington Post, police in Miami-Dade are now seeking the arrest seeking to arrest him for attempted red rum with a firearm. The incident happened late on May 16th. Brown was seen in handcuffs but was not arrested at the time. He later claimed he was jumped by people trying to steal his jewelry and said he planned to press charges. Authorities say video show Brown punching a man, then taking a gun from security and firing 2 shots at the same person. One of the bullets may have grazed the victim's neck. The man went to the hospital and told investigators Brown was the one who shot him. The warrant says Brown must post a $10,000 bond and will be placed on house arrest if arrested. Okay, so this is what I recall from the video, because I remember the video and I'm not going to play it because they did pop. But what I recall from the video, they jumped on Antonio. Okay, these dudes specifically targeted Antonio and jumped on him. Now, I don't know about stealing no jewelry. I didn't look that deep into it, but I did know that they jumped on him, and I did know that he responded in self-defense, and he also popped, or at least I heard a pop. I ain't gonna say who did it. I'm gonna just say he heard a pop. But either way, I think that he should be okay with this, because this is the thing, and this is what's wrong with a lot of people with this clout stuff. A lot of people do a lot of agitating, then turn around and press charges. This is why people like AB can't be out by himself. You got to have security, bro. Because they got people who gonna want to try to agitate you to get you to do something, like Jane Doe with Diddy. You know what I mean? Like, she saw Jane Doe. Jane Doe saw that Diddy had popped Cassie upside the head on that tape, and then she tried to antagonize him to do the same to her. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of people on the internet that's looking for celebrities to antagonize them so that they can get them in trouble, or that they can sue them, or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, I think it was self-defense. That's me. And plus, I don't dislike Antonio Brown the way most of the people do. I don't. So, you know, maybe that's a bias there, but that's what's going on with AB, y'all. We'll see. They say if he posts a $10,000 bond, then they'll let him out on house arrest until the bond, or until the hearing, or whatever the case may be. I'm sorry. Honestly, he might have to take the lick and pay that money. But he gonna have to get him a lawyer. He gonna spend a lot of money to prove his innocence. But maybe this will be a lesson learned for him. Like, you gotta chill, because there's a lot of niggas out here gonna try to try you. And you know what else I don't understand? Why? No, I'll be wrong for saying that. I'm wrong for saying that. I'm wrong for even thinking that. Because I was about to say, why people have to put on all that jewelry? But then I'm out of pocket. How am I gonna say that? Because I don't wear jewelry. I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I caught myself mid-thought. See, that's what self-accountability is about. I caught myself mid-thought, because I'm saying, and then why is you wearing all that jewelry? Then I said, girl, shut your broke ass up. You ain't got no jewelry. How you gonna be mad at him putting his jewelry on? Then I said, my bad, you're right. See the conversation I just had on live with myself? Neither here nor there, but AB, I think you should make it. We'll see how it works out. You know, they've been trying to get him anyway, so we'll see how it works. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to be real with yourself, girl. Shut your broke ass up. You know what I'm saying? Like, my bad. You know, sorry. I got beside myself for just a second. My bad. You know what I'm saying? All right, get the likes up on the video. Ooh, I want to go to this mysterious plane crash in India. So we talked about it yesterday. Let me go get it. So this plane just fell out of the sky yesterday, or at least it seemed as if it did. It seems as if this plane just literally fell out of the sky yesterday. And I'm over here saying, what in the entire FUCK is going on here? Okay, so let's get into it. So this plane crashes in India, killing 240 people, was it? We talked about it yesterday. We didn't go into detail. And at first, the first reports reported to us was that no survivors. All 242 people, or however many people was on board, they were pronounced deceased at the scene. This was yesterday. Then they didn't tell us who on the ground could have possibly been hurt. However, they did tell us, hey, yeah, the people that were on the plane, they, you know, whoop-de-whoop. And here's the wreckage from the plane crash. And then it turns out one person apparently did survive. And I'm saying, how, Sway? We gonna get into it. Early Thursday news broke that a London-bound Air India flight with more than 200 people unfortunately crashed shortly after takeoff. Officials initially said it appeared there are no survivors in the plane crash. However, it has been confirmed that a single passenger has survived the crash. According to AP News, a senior Indian official confirmed the passenger survival. The airline has announced that there were any other survivors and the airline hasn't announced, that there were any other survivors, and a local official put the latest death toll at least 240 people. AP spoke with Dr. Deval Gamidi, who examined the survivor, and his name is Vishwashu Kamaru Ramashi, who reportedly walked away after the crash. The doctor said he was disoriented with multiple injuries all over his body. The survivor's brother spoke with BBC and said, I have no idea how I exited the plane. So apparently after it came out and prematurely said everybody passed, now it turns out somebody didn't, okay? And let's get into this brother. No, he's not a brother. Let's get into this person from India who passed. Hold on, y'all get the likes. Please like the video, y'all. It's free. It's literally free. Please like the video. Hold on, let me go get the video of the man, because there's actual footage of the man coming out of the crash, and I call cap. I literally call cap. Literally. I don't know how much cap I can call outside of the cap I don't already called. But neither here nor there. They say the C prices for 11A is through the roof. I don't know. I'm not buying no C price for no 11A. Y'all might be setting yourselves up on some what do you call it? On some last final destination type stuff, but neither here nor there. It says a British man has miraculously survived the devastating plane crash that claimed the lives of more than 200 people. Earlier today, Air India Flight 171 crashed just minutes after takeoff from Ahmedabad International Airport in India. The flight, bound for London, was carrying 242 passengers and crew members when it reportedly lost communication with air traffic control. They always losing communication with air traffic control. Have y'all noticed that's not a running theme with all these plane crashes? Right before, they always lose communication with air traffic control. Of course they do. Sure. Anyway, where was I? With air traffic control, less than a minute after departure. So far, 204 bodies have been recovered from the scene. So they're saying 204 bodies for sure have been counted. Initially, it was reported there were no survivors of the crash. However, in a shocking turn of events, one passenger identified as Vashwa, we're going to just call him V, was found alive at the crash site. Ramesh, who was seated in 11A, was captured on video limping away from the debris. As bystanders rushed to assist him, he was transported to a local hospital where he is currently being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. When I got up, there were bodies all around me. I was scared. I stood up and ran. There were pieces of the plane all around me. Ramesh said to the Hindustan Times, someone grabbed the ambulance and brought me to the hospital. 30 seconds after takeoff, there was a loud noise, and then the plane crashed. It all happened so quickly. This is according to the man's testimony. He says, that has to be such a bizarre feeling. Being the only one to survive a plane crash is low-key given final destination. Now let's get into the man. So that's the man. As you can see him all in one piece, barely dirty. And you want me to believe 204 people died, pronounced dead on the scene. And V right here just get up and walk away. If you believe that I got a whale to sell to you, you can have them for free. All you got to do is pay the shipping, $5.99 a pound. The reason I know that this is possibly a lie, and probably not possibly, this is probably a bunch of crap. I myself have been on sites where planes have crashed and body parts needed to be picked up because they don't fall. See, what happens is when a plane crash, one piece don't just be right there. Okay? Yeah. See, y'all thinking TV. When a plane crash, you don't just, for the most part, one piece ain't just sitting there all together. You just right there dead like this. You think that's how it goes? Do you really think there's a plane crash with people on it, and when you get to the crash site, it's somebody in the chair like this? Do you really think that? Let's talk reality. Do you really think that? This was a commercial airline that flies at an altitude higher than your helicopters, higher than your not private jets, but your little propeller jets and things of that nature. And you want me to believe that this plane fell out the sky, 204 people died, and this nigga was just sitting in the chair like this? Y'all watch too much TV, and it bothers me down to the ground, girl. That is a bold-faced lie.
It's survival. I guess somebody lied. Smells like somebody lied.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Let's really be clear here. Like I said, y'all, man, watch out. Watch out. I've gone to crash sites where planes fell out of the sky. I have had to identify body parts. I have seen a tongue that I didn't even realize was a tongue because it just looked like a burnt up piece of rubble. And we were trained to open up the rubble to make sure it ain't body parts, to make sure it ain't a nose or a boob. You know what I'm saying? Because the things aren't recognizable. See, this ain't TV. This ain't TV what we talking about. You see what I'm saying? This ain't the cartoons. This ain't Daffy Duck. This ain't no damn this ain't no this ain't what you think this is. So when this man jumps up from the rebel, and he just I'm over here saying there's no fucking way. It's impossible. It's literally let me retract that. It's not impossible. But the probability of something like that happening, bitch, you have a better chance of running across a 12-lane highway at 5 o'clock traffic. Do you hear what I'm trying to say to you? Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? When planes crash, things go everywhere. You know what else goes everywhere? Body parts. Everywhere. Miles. You might find a backbone right here and might find the ear to the person 5 miles away. I'm going to give you the visual. You might find one piece of body part here and might find the other part 6-7 miles away. For the most part, ain't many whole bodies getting put into no boxes. You want to know what really happens? You want to really know what happens? They guesstimate. They find whatever they think is your people and put it in a box and give it to you. But you want me to believe this nigga just came up out the rubble. That's what you want me to believe. Gotcha. Girl, this is all a bunch of cap. But again, go and buy up y'all 11A seat tickets. Go do it. I ain't messing with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I ain't dealing with it. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is about. But at the end of the day, it would be hard for them to even confirm 200. Neither here nor there. Hey, believe what you want to believe. I know for me, I'm not going to buy no 11A seats. This is fake. This is cap and this is fake. This is cap and this is fake. But believe what you want. Believe what you want. But anybody who's done this type of work, know that this is fake. Okay. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Get the likes up, please. Please get the likes up, please. Esther, thank you for the super chat. Says he is the same gospel singer who did the soundtrack for Saints and Sinners with Big Boy. He can't talk. You talking about Dietrich? That's what I'm saying. That's good for Dietrich. I don't give a damn about Dietrich, to be completely honest. Take your lick, nigga. You done made a coin. You done made a heavy purse. Dietrich has made a heavy purse off the backs of poor niggas inside that gospel church. Because guess what? Y'all think the preachers be the only ones who be asking for donations and passing the plate when they come. The singers do too. Oh, yeah. I don't know when the last time y'all been to church. I think the last time I've been about 15 years ago. But I'm telling you now, the singers passed their collection plate too. He made a hefty coin and a heavy purse off of this stuff. Dietrich gonna have to get it how he lives. That part, Tina. A lot of body parts you won't find when you're dealing with a crash. I know I'm jumping back and forth, but I just was responding to that TikTok, not TikTok, girl. That super chat. But yes, a lot of body parts you won't even find, baby. More than likely, you won't even have the whole body in the box fed. I don't want to trigger nobody, but I'm just going to be honest. That's how hard it is to make sure that they identify. So I don't know how they identifying all these folks so fast. But either way, that's how hard it is to identify and then put it all back together. You might even get somebody in the box from you. You might get a loved one and somebody other little piece might be in there. This is just facts. This is just facts. When you're dealing with a plane crash, there's absolutely no way to know what's going on. There's no way to know. But good luck, because everybody think this shit is reality TV and cartoons. This is not like that. They got us putting this type of stuff would have came 10, 15, 20 years ago. This plane crash would have been on TV. They would have never played with the American public by having this man walk away from this crash, because they know our minds were shaped differently. We wouldn't have let them play with us like that. But now the stuff they used to put on make believe, they putting it in real life and everybody just running with it. Everybody just running with it. That's crazy to me. It's scary more than crazy though. It's way more scary than crazy. I'll give you that. It's much more scary than crazy. KB, thank you for the super chat. Boo, check out the story of Elon getting a black eye, allegedly from Trump's Treasury Secretary. Allegedly, Elon went in there bucking up and shoved him. What? We about to get on Elon too. Girl, I heard there's a lot of tea going on down there, huh? With Trump and his little side chick, Elon. We gonna get to it. Thank you, KB. Thank you. I'm gonna have to look into that with the black eye, because they say allegedly he was on that shiz naive. Allegedly, I don't know. Dollhouse Hour, thank you for the super chat. Doll's Hour, I'm sorry. Hey, TT Vu and Acorn, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Demery Holiday's or Hadley's lawsuit against her mom, Desiree Perez. She did an interview with Jaguar detailing all the sinister things she and her black husband. Wow, I haven't heard anything about it. And it's probably because it's over there by Baldhead Jag. I hadn't heard nothing about it, but I'm going to sure look into it, Doll's Hour. Thank you so much for bringing it up. You know, when stuff be by Baldhead Jag, I don't be seeing it. My bad. Thank you. Dina Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Says, native Detroiter here. I love my sister Vu. The very first crossover hit of gospel was the song You Are My Sunshine from the Clark Sisters. Yup. My daddy said they planned that in the clubs and the lounges. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And let me tell you something too. See them Clark Sisters? Let me tell you something. Let's really be clear about this. Gospel was already trying to head that way once they realized that a lot of money was to be made with rhythm and blues and you know, all that secular music. They were already headed that way. All they needed was the right bootlicks and the right Uncle Toms to put in place to blend the two. Now the two are blended. You see what I'm saying? So when you go into the church, the music sounds just like the music outside of the church. Whereas back in the day, when you used to walk into a church, the music was different. The people was different. They dressed different. They spoke differently. Now it looks and sounds and smells and everything the same way in church as it does outside. That's why I don't feel bad for none of them gospel people. I don't feel bad for none of them. This is what they ushered the devil in. There you go. It is what it is. I don't feel bad for none of them because they made a lot of money. A lot of poor niggas put money in these gospel artists' pockets, okay, in order for them to be successful. A lot of poor niggas put a lot of money in these gospel artists' pockets. I don't give a mammy mother pluck about no gospel artists. Not none of them. Not none of them. Only one I do sympathize with is what's her name? The girl who could sing her little tail off, but she got the drinking problem. That's it. Everybody else, I don't give a damn about none of them niggas, to be completely honest. To be completely honest. Y'all know how I feel about church folk. Give a damn about none of them. Dogs Hour, thank you for the super chat. Have endured at the hands of Desiree and Rock Nation. Okay, you back with the lady. She had surveillance on them 24/7. She had the husband arrested twice. She had Desiree admitted amongst many other egregious things. Nobody is talking about it. Wow. Now, I hadn't heard about it. I heard it through the wind, but I hadn't actually gotten into the story. So, I hadn't heard about it, but I'll definitely look into it. Thank you, Dolls Hour. Thank you so much. TL, thank you so much, TL, for making it rain down to the dollhouse. Shout out to TL, y'all. Thank you so much for the super chat, TL. Thank you for making it rain.
I make it rain. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes.
TL says, hey, boo, hey, family. I miss you so much, but I can't be on my phone on my new job. Don't you hate that? It says, I'm enjoying Pennsylvania, and they love me here. So my contract got extended yesterday until November. I'm getting this money, and I'm so happy. Buy you something nice, girl. Thank you so much, TL. And congratulations on your new job, honey. And the fact that you like the job, that's even better because it's not even getting a job these days. Most people work in the jobs they hate, but you got a job where they like you and you like them, you lucky. And thank you so much for the generous super chat. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, TL. Thank you. Darnell, thank you for the super chat. Says the irony, the numbers 24 and 42, whoo, are Masonic numbers. Go ahead on. Shake my damn head. Steady playing in people's face. 204 and the 242 passengers. Exactly. Because I'm not really smart in numerology or whatever the study of it is, but I do keep an ear to it. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know what I be knowing. So sometimes when I see stuff, I just know it ain't right. So when I saw 242 passengers, 204 survivors, see, I'm like, wait, what? I feel like it's line. They trying to line stuff up. You see what I'm saying? To make it fit a certain narrative. But that man walking away from that plane crash is the probability of that. Like I said, you have a better chance of crossing the 12-lane highway at 5 o'clock traffic and not getting hit. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying, God damn. And y'all want to say that's God, girl? That is the devil in the details. But y'all want to give everything to God. Oh, the Most High blessed him in Hollywood. Blessed him. The devil blessed people too. Y'all act like y'all forgot that since y'all stopped going to church. The devil blessed people too. Joseph Galloway, thank you for the super chat. I'm glad to catch a live with Acorn Crew. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Yo, somebody, I just realized when I saw it that today is Friday the 13th. I got to watch a scary movie tonight. What do I watch? I want to watch something gory, like the old original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, with blood and he's jugging people. I think I need to watch that. Or I should watch Devil's Rejects. Oh, love it. I should watch Devil's Reject tonight, about midnight. I think I should watch Devil's Reject. Tutti fucking Freddy. Tutti fucking Freddy. I should watch it. I don't know. I love Friday the 13th. I love scary movie. I love horror. Poltergeist. Yeah, I love horror. I used to want to watch. I still think I do. But I still want to write a horror film or at least a horror movie, a book or something like that. I'm into that type of stuff. But I like the old horror, you know, back in the day when they used to actually like cut you and blood go. Now it's just like, oh my God, he's coming. And then they run and then the camera cut and then it's blood. And then you come back and be like, what happened? And they be like, oh, he did this. And you be like, what? Nigga, bring me back to the day where the Leatherface come around that bitch with that goddamn machinery in his hand and take that bitch and go wham, wham, and then the nigga go, ah! That's what I want to see. You see what I'm saying? They playing this new scary movie stuff. They be playing. I want to see the real. I want to see some sex and some violence and some blood. That's the real horror movies. If they don't have sex and they don't have violence and a lot of blood, that ain't a real scary movie. Take that information and do with it as you please. Shout out to everybody in the building. All right, we got to move on. Let's move on to this country music thing. So, okay. So listen. So remember we were watching, matter of fact, let me go pull the K. Michelle clip again so we can get context. So K. Michelle did an interview with this white lady, this clear woman, and she tried to downplay K because, you know, K. Michelle is getting into gospel music again. Well, she tried to downplay K and be like, oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't know that I know that you're not, you're not born of gospel music. And K was like, bitch, I'm born and raised Memphis, Tennessee. That's in my blood. I got a scholarship for yodeling. They going back and forth, right? It didn't dawn on me when she said, when the clear woman said, but you're new to contemporary country music, it went smooth over my head until I saw an article that we'll get into later. And now we're seeing basically what's going on is they putting the black people or the people they don't deem to be real country, which is old white folks, they putting all them in this one genre called contemporary country music. Mind you, we created it, but you're going to make a subgenre and just shove us over there. Let's get into Kay's original interview and we're going to go in.
So happy.
Okay. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. Like the video.
So talk to us for a second about your relationship with country music, because I feel like we just kind of got you. You haven't, you didn't grow up here in country music. So kind of tell people, kind of introduce yourself to them and then tell them how you arrived in Nashville. What brought you here?
Yes, I did grow up in country music. You do this all the time. I did grow up in country music. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I got a scholarship for yodeling. That's how I paid for college. My start to you, to be seen to you, has been when the Judds people themselves reached out to me to go and pay Naomi Judd tribute. That was the first tape I ever got, and that was Love Can Build a Bridge. And it's always been a thing for me. I was told I could not sing country music because I was black, but it was something I had always been doing and will continue to do. I'm born and raised in Tennessee. I didn't fly here. I grew here.
You grew here.
Yeah, I grew here.
You
in
flew
Tennessee,
here, ma'am.
And I am so happy to be able to sing the songs of who I am and what it is I want to. So I'm happy that people like you are just discovering me, though. And I'm happy to be here for that. So happy that you have.
We're not just discovering you. We just haven't heard you on contemporary country radio yet, right?
Well, you don't hear a lot of women on contemporary radio, period, right now.
So pause. She said, it's not like I'm just discovering you. We just hadn't heard you on contemporary country radio. Now I need a little more clarity. Hold on. What the hell is contemporary? It's contemporary country. There you go. Let me see. What the hell is that? Oh, gosh. What is that? It says contemporary country music is a genre that blends traditional country sounds with modern elements such as rock and pop influences. It often features heartfelt lyrics about love, heartbreak, and life in rural America, delivered with powerful vocals and catchy melodies. Artists like Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, and Miranda Lambert has successfully integrated traditional country elements with modern production techniques, reflecting the genre's history and evolution. What? Contemporary country. See, we've been going away from country music too much. They done did so much stuff, we don't even know what's going on. Contemporary country music offers a diverse range of sounds and themes, appealing to a broad audience while maintaining its roots. Let's really be clear about this. It's a subgenre that they created, and they're calling it contemporary by. See, words are powerful. I want y'all to never forget that words are powerful. So they say, oh, it blends like, pop. And mind you, Kay is literally telling her, my label told me I have the countryest album out amongst all country music. So why they would stick her into this subgenre, it's not because she's a contemporary country music artist. That's not why. They're trying to separate old country music money, clear money, from these new people coming in, mostly quote unquote minorities. Okay, that's what this is. Your Shaboozis probably will fall under contemporary country music, but this girl K Michelle is a country music star. Like, I hadn't heard authentic country music in years, but whenever I heard K Michelle open her mouth, she sound like that old straw, bluegrass. Like, she sound country. And it's in her because it's in a lot of Black people in those areas. Unlike your Beyoncés of the world. See, a lot of y'all want to say Beyonce was able to do country music because she's from Houston. Yes, there are people in Houston who got country bred into them. It wasn't bred into Beyonce. And I said what I said. It wasn't bred into her. She just saw a hole, found a sucker, and licked it. It was not bred. You can tell the way it sounded. It ain't bred. It ain't in her. It ain't even hardly on her. Kay and her are different when it comes to this. However, I'm just noticing that they keep pushing these people, and like Kay, they pushing her into a subgenre when she has the country's album out right now. Look.
That's
okay.
Right.
And you really don't hear a Black one.
But
you will.
To, right?
You're about to. Yes, you will.
So tell us about the music that you're working on.
The music is absolutely amazing. I was told by my label head that I have the most country album in Nashville, period, right now.
So make that make sense. I need somebody to help me make that make sense. So her label can identify and understand that she has the most countryest album from the label out right now. Yet and still, they slide her into a subgenre where technically her music should not be. You see what I'm saying? This is what they do. Now I want to move to this. So apparently, ever since Beyonce came and colonized the country music, they've decided to create this genre, and this is where it goes. And this is all because of Beyonce. It says game changer. The Grammys announced they will now split Best Country Album into two categories: Best Traditional Country Album, which should be K stuff, and Best Contemporary Country Album. Change comes after Beyonce won the award for Cowboy Carter. She didn't deserve that. Neighbors, get into this. The Grammys recently announced a few changes to their categories, including in country music, and fans can't help but assume the updates are a direct result of Beyonce's recent win. Can I be honest? That was a nepotism. Not nepotism. That was, I know the right people. Beyonce did not deserve that award. Beyonce did not deserve that country music award. The girls who were singing background when she did the Cowboy Carter thing, when she did the show, I went and looked them girls up. They deserve it more than Beyonce. Beyonce did not deserve that country music award. She didn't. I'm sorry. She's a great artist. She's amazing. Whatever the Beehive want me to say about her, I get it. But she didn't deserve that award. They had people that was putting in hella work, and here she comes. She didn't deserve it. Okay, I got to be honest with that. That goes to what Dietrich was saying. I'm tired of the same old people being represented and the same old people winning. You get it? So, moving on, it says, the Recording Academy announced today that the Best Country Album category will now be split into two: Best Contemporary Album and Best Traditionary Country Album. This change allows artists with more traditional approach to still be recognized. Now, why would they be in threat of being recognized? Why? You know what's really happening here? There's old country and there's new country. There's old country and there's new country. Old country music come with a lot of money. It's a lot of politics, and it's a lot of old, traditional like lineage type shit going on with them clears. This new country is more popular. It's more secular. It's more out there. So the old country not getting the recognition, and they feel like if they blend them together, people like K. Michelle, people like Beyonce, people like all these people will outdo them. So that's another reason they would separate them. You think LeAnn Rimes want to be undersold or at least outsold by K. Michelle? Think about that. Think about that. Do you really believe somebody, and I'm saying LeAnn Rimes because that's just a clear person whose name popped up in my head. Do you think she would want to put out an album and K put out an album and then K album get more praises and more accolades than hers? Hell no. So what do? Separate it. That's what's happening here. That's what's happening here. And Beyonce coming in with her strong arm and her large fan base, they can't do nothing with her. You can't bully her like they could bully a K. Michelle. You can't. So they had to make an accommodation for her. Not because they wanted to, because they had to. So again, it says this change allowed artists to be more traditional approach to still be recognized while making space for the genre's expansion into country pop sounds from artists like Beyonce, Shabuzi, Post Malone, and Jelly Roll. Fans on social media have mixed reactions to the change. Many believe Beyonce's recent win sparked a recording academy to update the category after backlash over inclusion. Yes, that is why. Some critics view Cowboy Carter as a one-off project and argued that Beyonce doesn't typically make country music, questioning whether she truly deserved the award. Others, however, praised the win, saying she captured the true essence of country music and helped push the genre forward through her genre-bending sound. Cap, she did not do none of that. She literally did none of whoever that is must be a country music artist who a Beyonce fan. But none of what he just said or whoever wrote this, none of that is true. Beyonce ain't push a goddamn thing because guess what? At the end of the day, her album. Let's move on for the Beehive. Get this thing, child. Moving on. This isn't the first time the Recording Academy has changed the category following a Beyonce win. In 2023, after she took home the Grammy for Best Dance/Electronic Album for Renaissance and Best Dance/Electronic Recording for Break My Soul, the Academy revised the category to Best Dance Pop Recording to better highlight pop influences while still maintaining a space for traditional dance sounds. While Beyonce is really out here shaking the table, what do you guys think? Beyonce is not shaking the table. What's happening is Beyonce is too heavy of a bitch. They can't do nothing with her. So they have to make accommodations for somebody like a Beyonce. Because she ain't nobody you just gonna just play with. Okay? That's what's going on here. They're not trying to highlight the Beyoncés and the K. Michelles. Number one, they trying to save their own ass and their own genre, number one. And number two, they can't do nothing with no goddamn Beyonce. If she want to come into country music, who gonna pop her? This is a real question. Beyonce wants to come into country music tomorrow or any genre. Who gonna pop her? You can't. So you have to accommodate. And I think that's what's happening right here. But honestly, layman terms, they trying to separate you niggas from that old country so y'all won't outdo them because they know it's coming. We made it. We created it. You got to know it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. We about to come in like we did tennis, like we did soccer, golf and all of that. We about to come in and take it over, and they know it, so they're preparing themselves accordingly. Okay? Because one thing about music, even if you racist, if it's good, it's good. And if you're going to listen to it, you're going to listen to it. And that's just that on that. Okay? Now, let's get into the riots. So they say the riots has been spreading around the world, huh? Or at least America, allegedly. They say they rioting up there in Atlanta. I haven't drove up there to go see. I don't know. But what I do know, I don't care if it's Antifa. I don't care who it is. Whoever it is, They tearing California ass up. Do you hear me? They is tearing California ass up. And I guess since these riots or these quote unquote protests are starting to catch hold all around America, Florida has something to say. Okay. Florida came out and said, I ain't one of your little friends. See, this is what Florida did. And this is why I love places like Texas and Florida. Because even though they got their flaws, as all states do, they don't play with a lot of bull. You know what I mean? So this sheriff officer guy, he gets on here and he talks about how he's been watching the protests all around the world. And then he says, if anybody get any kind of ideas about any of this over here, just please know you will be high-fiving your maker, okay? You will be playing hopscotch with Jesus Christ. White or black, it don't matter. Pick your poison. The people said, come bring your ass around here with that ugly ass shit. And you thinking it's California, you just gonna come over here, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Your ass go and meet your maker. This what the clear man said, okay? This what the clear man said. Let's get into it. It says, it looks like things may get crazy down in Florida. A sheriff gave a public warning to protesters that plans to come out for the No Kings protest and exercise their rights. The protest set to happen on June 14th across many states. Now, I don't know what the No Kings protest. It says, in a press conference held on Thursday, Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivy, said protesters are allowed to be peaceful, but gave a long list of things that won't be tolerated and the consequences. Ivy says officers will have a response for everything, including running them down on foot or with their cars. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail. I love that. And most likely bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. I love it. Then he goes on to say, if you throw a brick, a firebomb, or pointed a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains, because we will kill you. Graveyard dead. Now, first and foremost, when I went through the comments, I have to keep reminding myself it's the neighborhood talk. They slow up in there. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of black people was in their feels about, oh, this is horrible. I can't believe that. And I'm over here saying, what niggas got to do with them talking about unaliving a bunch of illegal aliens? What does niggas have to do, okay, with illegal aliens burning down the country? Niggas just like to be offended at this point. It's almost like black Americans just want to feel some type of way about something. How? My thing is this protest, this immigration has absolutely nothing to do with black American, foundational black Americans, indigenous, copper color, whatever you want to call us niggas. It don't have nothing to do with us. Yet and still, just like they played in our face with the babies in the cages, 2020, that's how we ended up paying all that money the last 4 years. Y'all want to have all this sympathy and empathy for everybody except yourselves. To hell with them protesters. Whatever them clear folks want to do with their illegal aliens ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just watching. But I see it's niggas that just want to be offended. And a lot of the black people in those comments, if they ain't bots, a lot of them are foreigners. I get that. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But at the end of the day, black America don't have nothing to do with them clears telling them illegal aliens don't bring your ass around here with that stupid ass shit. That's really what he's saying. But niggas just like to be offended. I'm convinced. Okay. Now let's get into what the officer said. I like what he said. I think that this sentiment should have been echoed all around America, if you ask me, and we wouldn't be here.
Resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired. because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail.
There you go. All right. So let me say this. I don't blame them people for wanting to keep order in their homes, okay, or in their cities. I've seen some black people on TikTok try to compare this to slavery, try to compare this to us fighting for our civil rights and things of that nature. And I would like to say this as loud as I can, that those things have absolutely nothing to do. As a matter of fact, it's disrespectful to even compare this to any rights or any struggle that Black America has ever fought for on this here soil. Okay? It's very extremely disrespectful to the ancestors to have people even put those two things in the same sentences. Because see, when our people were fighting and risking their lives, they were fighting and risking their lives for generations to come for rights that belong to them. Not rights they feel they deserve because they want to be somewhere they don't have no business. Not that. Not I want to go over here, I want to break into your house and then kick my feet up, and you should allow me to do it. Not that. We were fighting for rights that belong to us, that we worked for. Remember, we on our land. So anything we fight for here, anything our ancestors have fought for here, we are well within our rights. We are home. We on our land. It's our turf. We can fight for whatever we want to fight for. But what we're not going to do is compare that to illegal aliens who don't want to go back to Mexico. Still, they want to be in America holding the Mexican flag. We're not doing that. No. That don't have nothing. And then you know what this sounded like to me? Or more of a warning for Black America to mind your black ass business. This has nothing to do with Black America. Now, any Black American that want to go out in solidarity and be on that damn Bambi shit, have at it. But anything happen to you, don't bring your ass back here crying to us. Because we telling you, as a collective, I've been on all platforms, even in real life. As a collective, Black people ain't getting in that. Black people saying, let them people deal with what they got to deal with. Black people don't want nothing to do with the Hispanics fighting the clears. We don't want nothing. As a collective, we don't. But for the few who just happen to just have so much sympathy and empathy, and for the ones who have all this sympathy and empathy in your heart, I want to say this to you. You probably can't even stand your own people, you fucking traitor. But either way, for the ones who have so much sympathy and empathy for their heart, I think they should go out there. I do. I think you should go out there. Particularly go in Florida where this man is. Let's see how much solidarity you got with them folks. Let's see how much solidarity you got with them folks when they move out the way for you to get hit with the rubber bullet, dummy. This is a warning for Black America, like I said, and like everybody else on the internet and in real life saying, mind your business. Mind your business, fag. This ain't got nothing to do with us. When they get to hitting the rubber bullets and unaliving and popping and pow-powing, we gonna be inside. You see what I'm saying? We gonna be inside doing something. I don't know, learning a new line dance. I don't know. But we ain't gonna be outside as a collective because this ain't got nothing to do with us. And I'm so tired of us fighting this fight with these folks. They ain't never fought for us for shit. Fuck them people. And this is another thing I want to clear up too. A lot of people are saying, well, they voted for it, they voted for it, they voted for it. You guys have to understand. Just like there are two different classes of Black Americans, there are different classes of all Americans. The Hispanic Americans that voted for Trump are not illegals. Use your brains, people. Remember, the Democrats flooded the border and America with a whole bunch of Venezuelan and all these other Hispanic people. The ones who voted for Trump are clapping. They love this. The ones who didn't vote for Trump, those are the ones out there in the street protesting, because those are the ones about to get up out of here. So Black America saying that it's a flex, oh, that's good for the Hispanics, they voted for it. No. The ones who voted for it is perfectly fine with what's happening. That's why you don't hear them say nothing. But the ones who didn't vote for them illegal ones that Biden and Scammer just flew all up in here and dropped off, them the ones who have a problem with it. Okay? Them the ones. Those folks who didn't vote for Trump and who was voting for Biden so they can continue to get $15,000 in food stamps and $5,000 of cash a month. That's them. That's them. That ain't us. That's them. Okay? That's them Hispanics. Them the ones out there with the flag and woo. Okay? So all I'm saying is for Black America is to mind your business. And if the sheriff telling y'all this ain't say nothing else to you, I don't know what else to tell you. To be completely honest. To be completely honest. Because these people is out there cutting the food. Look at this. These people out there cutting the food. And mind you, these are hired help. These are paid protesters. See, let me show you something. See this? These here are what you call agitators. They're paid. They get paid really good. As a matter of fact, one dude said they offered them $200 a month. They get paid really well to start it so that regular people can see them and follow through. And then it's a big old thing and it catches on. That's what this is. You never see any of these people getting arrested. You ever ask why? Yep. Let this be a warning to Black America. Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Okay? Go ahead on and do all that and protest with them folks if you want to. Just don't come back crying. That's all I'm asking. Just don't come back crying. Yeah, they always have a celebrity, Funky. They always have not a celebrity. They always have a photographer there for the social studies books. Ain't it funny when you think back to when we was in school and used to turn the pages to the social studies book and it looked like this? Didn't it? Didn't the social studies books, they'll talk about the battle of immigration, and then when you turn the page, it'll look like that. So they need the pictures for the new social studies books. That's why the press be right there. They need the pictures for the new social studies books. So your churn, y'all having churn now, by the time they get in, this the picture they gonna see. That's the picture they gonna see. Yes, ma'am. Now let's get on this Elon tea. So, girl, first of all, hold on. Let me go pull up. Hold on. It's bigger and deeper than I thought. So I was over there on Tasha K, and plus I had started on. Oh, let me show y'all one more thing about these riots. Remember I was telling y'all about the pallet of bricks and stuff. They did this during George Floyd, though. I don't know why y'all haven't caught this. But remember I told y'all they'd be dropping off the pallet of bricks? Remember that? Let me show y'all the guy who talked about them trying to hire him. But look, I told y'all about them dropping off the pallet of bricks. Y'all wondering how they was dropping off bricks and dropping bricks on top of them police cars? Who you think bought this out there? Tell the truth. If y'all had to guess, who you think dropped off those pallets of bricks? Tell the truth. I put a video out that the cops definitely allegedly have something to do with it. But they do this to set you up, to put you in and get a few agitators to come in and spark it, and then everybody else follows suit. That's how these riots and protests go, okay? But I wanted to show y'all, hold on. I wanted to show y'all really quickly the man who said he was hired, or they wanted to hire him at least. Let me find him on here. He talking about how they were trying to hire him to do the protest. Here you go.
I just got offered $200 a day to go protest ICE in New York. The organization was called No Kings. They said June 14th we're going to be protesting, and these are the streets that you need to be on, and this is what you need to do. You need to cause chaotic disruptions, and they said that there's going to be pallets of like bricks and different things everywhere that protesters could use. They really want to wreak havoc. It's kind of ridiculous. Me as an American, you know, although I need the money, I'm like, this is very, very unpatriotic. If I was to go take this money and go protest, it's not very American. It's not what I stand for. It's obviously not even, you know, worth the time. But, you know, $200 a day is what they're paying people to go protest. The corruption is up here because it goes way beyond these organizations. They want to destroy America, and you know, people like me that need money are gonna go do it. I'm not gonna go do it, but people are gonna go do it. They're gonna go destroy, you know, the city and cause chaos. It's just crazy that, you know, they're even paying people to go do this. It just goes to show that everything we deal with is corruption, and these people at the top level, like, who's paying for this? There's got to be some billionaires paying for this so that, you know, they could try to get Trump out or something. But, you know, $200 a day to go cause chaos is like crazy. Not worth it, but also like really fucked up.
So there it is. I think this June 14th protest, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, but I think that's the worldwide, or the countrywide one, where I guess everybody in different countries is supposed to be protesting the same thing. I don't know. They trying to get the traction. That's another thing too. They need black people for traction, because when we protest and we make noise, everybody shut the fuck up and listen. So that's another reason why they need us out there to help them with this. But this is the thing. This is all set up. It's a scheme that Ty set up. And I was trying to say that without, I said it in the video. I did. But I was trying to put the information out there and let people draw their own conclusions versus me just telling them. Like, I just kind of wanted to throw it out there and let people notice, like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? That's what's happening here. When he said they're paying them $200 a day and they told them about the pallets of bricks. Remember, I just showed y'all the bricks. They did the same thing during George Floyd. I literally just showed y'all the pallet of bricks that they be putting out there for the protesters, and they hire antagonizers, people who's going to spark this thing. And then the regular, because you don't know, you really out there protesting for whatever it is you believe in. This don't just happen at this riot. It has happened at every riot in the past from the beginning of time. This ain't the first rodeo. This been going on over hundreds of years. This right here has been happening. Just because you didn't know about it don't mean it didn't happen. So what's happening is they get these and they drop these weapons off like bricks, and then they get the antagonizers, these Antifa people, to spark the crowd. Once the crowd gets sparked, their job is to just go from location to location to location to location to spark the crowd. That's what they get paid to do. And if they get arrested, they get let go on the side. Do you guys recall the January 6th protest? Remember they had arrested that man? We talked about it on this channel. Let me see if I can find it. They had arrested a guy who's a January 6th protester, then turned around and let him go. Y'all remember that? Because they have an understanding. Remember, these are secret society people. Let me see, January 6th. Yeah, like them people, they hurry up, arrest that man. And it's, look, I can show you right here. It happens all the time. This ain't the first rodeo. Now, according to this, look what they saying. The police was letting them in. Now, we've been seeing this. This is old footage. Look, This is old footage. I remember when they opened them barricades and let them people walk right on in. Look, ushering them in. Come on. Come on. Because they need, this is how it works. What they need is when the cameras come, the video recordings and the cameras, they need it to be larger than life. This is a production. So we need all hands on deck. Come on in. Why do you think they drop off the bricks in the pallet? So we can get the cuts in the videos that we've been doing. This isn't the first. Okay? I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to tell y'all. And it didn't just happen here. It happened during the civil rights movement. It happened during all them war, everything we ever protest for in America. This is what happens. Facts. Okay? So I'm saying, especially with this particular protest, don't you K your ass out there. You're going to get your ass popped, okay? But this is what they've been doing. This ain't the first rodeo with this bull crap. Let me see if I can find some more. Hold on. That was one where they literally arrested the man and took him to the back and then let him go. I was like, what? And it was caught on the cameras. It was caught on the cameras. Let me see. It was caught on the cameras, and everybody was just like, and this is the craziest part. The media, all the media did was just like brush over it. So, like I said, this ain't the first rodeo. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to look for it, but there's this old video I was watching. I got to find it, where they were talking about this in the 60s. This man was talking about the riots that they were having, dealing with this, I think it was voters' rights or something like that. And the man said, the people who came in town to start all this rioting and stuff, them are not people from this town. He said, I'm born and raised in this town. I know everybody in this town. And the people who were agitating and starting all that violence and all that rioting, none of those were people who live here. They've been doing this. You just catching up. Okay? They didn't just jump off this porch. I'm telling you now. Where was I? Oh, I know where I was going. Elon. So this Elon thing is worse than I thought, like I said, you guys. So apparently, Elon Musk is apparently, remember he apologized to Diddy? I'm sorry. I was reading something. But yeah, Elon. So this is what's going on. Let me get y'all the tea about Elon. Oh, that's another thing too. Before we move on, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place. Really quickly, before we move on from this riot stuff, I want to add this as well. So remember the National Guard and a couple of Marines and everything was sent out to the riots in California. So apparently the president, Donald Trump, has had governance over the National Guard. Remind you that the commander-in-chief for the National Guard is technically the governor, but sometimes in emergency purposes and situations, the president can take control of the National Guard. And he had it, and he's the one who basically pushed out the National Guard to California. Now he's maintaining that control so that they can maintain the crowds and, whoop the whoop. It says, according to reports, an appeal court has temporarily allowed Trump to keep the California National Guard deployed in Los Angeles, blocking a federal judge's earlier order to return control to Governor Gavin Newsom. Remember, I told y'all. So it's a very tricky thing when it comes down to this politics stuff in the system. Yes, the president can take control of the National Guard. Yes, in wartime or in emergency, things of that type of nature. So stuff like this, yes. Meaning, if the governor won't activate them as the president, I can activate them. Now, this is the gag. The governor can literally say, fuck off, kiss my ass and go for a pair. You know what I'm saying? And it can be a back and forth in a situation with that. But for the most part, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. Now, Trump has National Guard out there keeping control while the Democrats is around here claiming that none of these people were ever violent. Why is this all even happening? Judge Charles R. Breyer had ruled Trump exceeded his authority and violated the 10th Amendment, but stayed his order until Friday. The Trump administration quickly appealed, and the Ninth Circuit granted a stay. A hearing is scheduled for Tuesday. Newsom's office responded by saying he remains confident in the rule of law. The legal fight stems from California's lawsuit against Trump and the Defense Department seeking to limit the Guard and Marines' actions in LA to protect federal property. Why wouldn't they want the Guard and the Marines to protect the property? See, because it's in Compton. Got it. That's why. They in Compton. Them clears don't give a damn about none of that. So basically, the locals are like, not the locals, the federal government is like, we need to go in here and neutralize this shit. They getting out of pocket, okay? While the state is over here saying it's not that big of a deal. We feel like y'all putting 20 on 10. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Your whole city about to burn up. And y'all over here playing. So Trump was able, at first, the original judge said, hey, you kind of didn't do it the correct way following the 10th Amendment. But then another judge granted the stay probably because it's hectic out there in damn California. Black people, mind your business. That's all I'm going to say. Now, back to this Elon thing. So, Elon, where was I with Elon? So, Elon Musk has been beefing with Trump. We all know this. Well, recently, Elon turned back around and said, I'm sorry, I was just playing. And I'm over here saying, wait a minute, this big Elon. But then it dawns on me. Yes, Elon is a billionaire. Yes, he's probably, if not the richest, one of the richest men in America. You know, I believe he's AI or something like that, but y'all know how that go, or whatever the case may be. But either way, he's the richest man in America. And with money comes what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Power. Okay? And I think what happened was Elon forgot that his power through his money is limited. I think Elon started to smell his draws. You feel what I'm saying? And I think Elon thinking, because I have all this money, then my power should suffice to basically strong arm these folks around here, not understanding that power that comes through money has longevity up until a certain point. But then when you're dealing with social structures, families, deep rooted, like nigga, Trump, great granddaddy, probably one of the first colonizers to hit the land. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all not peeping this part. So with that being said, when you have that type of situation, you got to be very mindful. You can't just play with everybody. Me, you can play with me. You can play with you. Elon can play with a celebrity. Elon can play with a mayor. He can play with a governor. You see what I'm saying? Elon can play with a lot of people. But Trump, he's the leader of the free world, baby. You think he the one making all these decisions? He got people behind him. You don't know who backing Trump. And you won't get on here and get in your feelings like a bitter baby mama and tell us, since you and that nigga beefing, that nigga was on the Epstein list. Duh. What else? The fuck? We all believe that. What else? Oh, and he wouldn't have won the presidency without me. Duh, nigga. What else? What else? All in your feels because he cutting deals that cut your bottom line in your pocketbook. Because that's what this is all about. Elon was in his feelings because the moves that Trump was making was cutting money out of his pockets. Elon was losing tens and hundreds of millions of dollars in a matter of a day. That's why this is all up. That's why they beefing. And I'm hearing allegedly, and we're going to play the video, allegedly. But I heard that allegedly he have a drug problem, and they say that he has a contract with the government. And they say if you got a contract with the government, you can't be dealing with drugs. So now they say the people want Elon head off his shoulder. The clears in America are calling for Elon to be deported, bitch. And that's what I was trying to tell y'all. Trump over there, I don't know what's going on. I didn't think we were beefing. I was just over at his house yesterday. We played badminton. What happened? Elon's mad at me. What? Whole time that nigga making chess moves behind the scenes, because the real power lies within that man with the red tie, not the man with the money in the bank. You get it? So with that being said, Trump on here playing stupid to us. But behind the scenes, that nigga like, man, fry that nigga. Fuck that nigga. He on his Nino Brown. Behind the scenes, Trump on his Nino Brown. Cancel that bitch. I'll buy me a new one. You get it? This is what's really happening. Trump really behind the scenes on some, cancel that bitch. I'll buy me a new one. See, he thought he was that nigga till he really ran into a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm using that word loosely because these are clears we're talking about. And this whole fight is above our pay grade, but we just gonna dish. Okay? Now, once that happened and that came out and the people, girl, they is trying to deport Elon smooth up out of here. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? They want him gone. They want him gone. And I want to play this for y'all. And I want to let this be a lesson to y'all. I keep telling y'all, race is a poor man's game. That's for us broke niggas to fight and frolic over on the ground down here at the bottom. Race is a poor man's game. When it comes down to status and those people, the powers that be, it ain't about your color, nigga. It's about who you are. And as we are seeing, Elon ain't the nigga we thought he was. Because now he around here dick sucking and pussy popping and crying. I'm sorry, Trump. Please forgive me. I was just playing. My son stole my phone and logged into my Twitter. I swear to God, I was just playing. You feel what I'm saying? And Elon is learning the hard way. So let's go get this little news segment I found on Tasha K. She played it. It was a news segment where it was a bunch of clears, baby. And they were just talking about how they going to get him up out of here. They want him arrested, deported. They want him investigated. It was a whole thing, okay? So we about to get on into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Girl, it was a whole thing. Them people want Elon on his shoulder. And you know what's crazy about this? You never really think you'd see it. For real. Because it's like, this is Elon. He's one of the richest guys in the world. But it boils down to your money only goes far with poor people. It don't go far with people who got more than you. It don't go far with people who got more than you. It never did and it never will. Let's get into what these clear people are saying about Elon. They on a witch hunt. Do you hear me? Shout out to Tasha K.
It's direct conflict, a national security threat to the United States of America. They're coming for him, and that's exactly why he issued this tweet. Where's the tweet, Jen? Do you have the tweet of him apologizing to President Trump, saying what he said? And if you ain't got it, it's cool. Well, it's fine. We had too many receipts anyway. But yeah, that's why he's like, what I said last week, I said too many things that was wrong last week. I went overboard on what I said about President Trump, our good President Trump.
Everybody peeping game on him now. Mind you, I didn't know he had an addiction problem. From what I'm hearing, they say that Elon self-admitted that he has an addiction problem to ketamine, allegedly. I didn't say it. Ketamine. Ketamine is the new thing. I don't even know what ketamine is. It sounds like a doggone igniter for some lighter fluid or something. But they say that Elon is over there abusing, allegedly, ketamine. I wonder if he getting his stuff from One Stop. You think? Let's move on. I wonder if let me stop. Who got a number to One Stop?
Same way the government finna seize Diddy's $400 million. He playing on thin ice. I'm trying to tell you.
He sure is.
Just like Trump said, we can save us easily over $200 billion by stopping contracts with Elon Musk today. How about that? I'm sorry, boss. Boss, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because he can't go do business anywhere else in the world.
He sure can't. And this is another thing, too. I remember when I first heard about this Elon dude, I was like, who is this and where does he come from? Nobody ever questioned how this man just fell off the face of the earth into America and into our politics. Nobody talks about that. And I think that's the craziest part. But I mean, Scamala did it and we didn't talk about it then. You know what I mean? All these people just falling out of the sky and into our laps and we ain't saying nothing. Everybody just going on about their business. But the fact of the matter is he's stepping into some water that's too deep. This ain't the shallow end. You see what I'm saying when it comes to this Elon stuff? Because like she said, where else he gonna go do what he doing right now? He damn sure ain't going to Asia. Let's go to continent. He ain't going to Asia with this duck ass shit, so you can kill that. Okay? He ain't going to Europe. That shit bloodline related. You ain't going over there with that duck ass shit. Okay? Africa, he might go, well, obviously he can't hack it in Africa. That's why he here. Okay? It's many places. Where else could he go? You can't go to Bella Noche's. Where the hell could you go? You know?
And I felt like for a minute, he felt like he was, because he had paid for the election, you know what I'm saying? And everybody was calling him president now. And, he's sitting behind free speech and all of that stuff. I think he thought he was a little bit untouchable.
He did. And I think that he thought that, let me fast forward because I want to get to the news clip. Not only that, but he also thought that he had more power than he really had, Tasha. That's just my opinion. I believe that Elon came over here, helped Trump win this election with his money and his platform. He spent his own bread, but it was an investment. You know what I mean? It's an investment to Elon. If he wins, I can get him to pass what I believe in my policies and my green stuff and my cars and all types. I can get him to do that, not realizing that you might be getting played. I said from the beginning, I felt like Trump was using Elon. I did. I said Trump is very cutthroat and he a businessman. I don't see him trusting this man. I said that at the beginning. However, here we are and they're trying to tear him down. Let's get into what I have it right here, what the people said on the news. They want his ass.
You gonna call Trump out saying Trump was in the Epstein files and you shared information that you was not supposed to share because you got mad because you got fired on your day off and then had to go back to Twitter screaming and hollering? Mm-hmm. Go ahead, and you got some videos on this.
SpaceX. President Trump tonight should sign an executive order calling for the Defense Production Act to be called in SpaceX and seize SpaceX tonight before midnight. Uh-huh.
Look how cutthroat these people is. Look how cutthroat these devils is. This how cutthroat they is to each other. This ain't got nothing to do with us. This above our pay grade. We just watching. But this how cutthroat these crackers is to each other. Nigga said, see SpaceX tonight. We was just cool yesterday. Elon was just cool with these niggas yesterday. And today, they want to seize all his shit tonight. Nigga ain't say start an investigation. Nigga ain't say, oh, let's figure it out. Let's talk to a judge. Nigga said Trump need to sign an executive order to seize his shit tonight. Damn, these crackers don't play. Do you hear me? And if they doing this to each other, you know the rest.
U.S. government should seize it. If a guy's going to sit there and start making quotes, also, as Stuart Stevens talked back in January, I don't know why we haven't had a full investigation. Look, if you're going to deport illegal aliens, you got to deport illegal aliens. The good go with the good, the goose and the gander. Yes. They got to go back to this, as Stuart Stevens talked about, and go through everything about his immigration status. I happen to believe, given the facts that I've been shown, that he's an illegal alien. An illegal alien.
Now they want the nigga deported. Girl, listen, they want to take everything he got and send him on his way back to South Africa. That man said, I believe that he's an illegal alien. We need to deport him. So they want to take all his shit in here in America and send him back home with a wet ass. Them people talking about deporting him. Nigga said, I'm pretty positive he's an illegal alien. Nigga, what? Where was your antennas when he was helping Trump run for president? My bad, I forgot. Dog eat dog. Nigga, this politics. I'm using that nigga. Fuck that nigga. You feel me? We need the coin and the platform. We need the coin and the platform. That's all. They not playing. You wonder why Elon came on here apologizing? I was sorry. I'm wrong.
aliens got to be deported. Also, this drug use is reported in the New York Times. The drug use in the New York Times. If that's a fact, that ought to be investigated. You can't have a security clearance, Jack Posobiec, as you know. Jack, if somebody in your unit had that type of drug, had that type of drugs, and they had a security clearance, what would happen to them, sir?
Well, Steve, remember that Hunter Biden popped positive, I believe, for cocaine on his very first weekend in the Navy Reserve. And even at that time, I don't remember if his father, I think his father was still the vice president at the time. He wasn't president yet, or autopan president yet. And Hunter Biden was summarily separated from the United States Navy over his very first weekend as drilling as a Navy reservist over popping positive.
He talking about Hunter Biden when he went. This nigga tried to join the Navy Reserves and went there the first weekend. Nigga, you only go 1 weekend a month. This nigga popped positive for cocaine. So that means that nigga had to snort the night before or the morning of. He going to drill, dummy. Because cocaine get out your system in 48 hours. Allegedly, that's what they say. Okay, so they're bringing up Hunter Biden getting kicked out the Navy for getting high. And what they're saying is, if we can kick Hunter Biden high, crackhead ass up out the Navy, we damn sure can get this AI nigga up out of here too. That's what I'm getting from it. If we can kick the president, the vice president's son out the Navy, man, like, let's really be clear. If I can kick at the time, because at the time, Joe Biden was the vice president when they kicked Hunter out. What he's saying is, shit, between the drugs, between the treason or whatever they deem to be treason, but between the drugs, between the treason, and you coming out here trying to play with this man, you know what I'm saying? Your immigration status, all of that. Yeah, we can really take your head off your shoulders, and we about to do just that. Okay, that's what these people are saying, and they want Elon gone. Okay.
Also, it should take his security clearance away and all contracts.
Bitch, they want the security clearance and the contracts. Hey, bro, this why I don't want to get in bed with none of these folks. These people is cutthroat to the bone gristle. Do you hear me? They want to take his SpaceX, his citizenship. They want to take the nigga credit, whatever credit he built while he was over here. They want that back too. They want to take. I never seen a billionaire apologize for nothing in my life. Not even in my dreams. I knew it was something. There's a reason why Elon came out and apologized. I've never seen a millionaire apologize for real. I've never seen a billionaire apologize in my life. Now it's making sense. And they're bringing it out that he a drug addict.
Contract should be suspended pending that investigation. Also, as I said on the Tim Pool show in Matt Gaetz's office, I think over a year ago, right? That was over a year ago, where I said, hey, he's an agent of influence of the Chinese Communist Party because of his financial relationship in Tesla. That should be fully investigated.
Communist, being called a communist in American politics is like being called Satan himself. So if anybody who don't know about being called a communist, Martin Luther King was accused of being a communist. People they don't like, when clear people in politics don't like you, they label you a communist. And what happens is, once that stigma is on you, everybody in politics shun you. Like, everybody look at you like you're just this insane, deranged. Like, they don't take you seriously. They think that you throw it off, woo-de-woo. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So now labeling him as a communist will assure that he never touches American politics ever again. Okay? That's why when Martin Luther King started speaking out about the wars, then he started dipping into more political stuff, and they got him up out of here. Because remember, they labeled him a communist and then got him up out of here. When Martin Luther King was doing their dirty work, he wasn't no communist. Yeah, they had a little tweaks, little talks here and there, but for the most part, But once they used Mike and he got us where he needed us, they then turned around, labeled him a communist, and unalived his ass. Now they want to take his SpaceX, take his credit, his contracts. They want to take all his money, take his citizenship, and then label him a communist, you know what that means? He will never touch American politics again. Clear people are cutthroat down to the ground. And I'm pretty sure the people who over here proposing this plan was just in that man's office cool with that man. Clear people are dirty. Do you hear me? To each other. Whoo, Lord. Girl, they want his head off his shoulder, girl.
President Trump is a bull. Elon Musk is a baby calf. Okay? And now it's time for the good of the country, the republic. Forget MAGA and the Republican Party. This is a national security issue now. Trace to the level of national security issue of a very unstable individual that's out saying very, I think, dangerous things about the President of the United States. And he has to be investigated, should be investigated immediately. And all contracts associated, all government contracts should be immediately suspended.
I agree. Them plastic cars.
Hey, them people don't play, bro. Nigga said that boy is a threat to national security. Man, watch out. Hey, man, I keep telling y'all words are powerful, and they're using all the right words to get Elon up out of here. I ain't gonna lie. It's giving 6 months tops. Elon will be out of here. They want him gone. Now, I think the only thing that'll save Elon from standing here is Trump. But that's if Trump really still rocking with him. You see what I'm saying? If Trump is still rocking with him, Trump can save them. But baby, them clears want Elon stripped of everything and sent on to glory. Do you hear me? They don't want him to be able to do nothing. And this is what they're doing across the board. It ain't just Elon, Lil Durk, Diddy. This is what they doing. It's almost like America must need some money and they ain't tell nobody or something. Like they owe somebody. So they just shaking people down. Like, what's going on? America, do you owe somebody something we don't know about? Yup, SL, he'll definitely have to sell Twitter, but that's what they want. They used him. See, again, like I told y'all at the beginning of this, he's not as smart as the John D. Rockefeller. See, the only way you can outdo this so-called government is you got to be way dirtier than them. That's how the Rockefellers and those guys and the Chase guys and the JP Morgans and all them people, that's how them people was able to do that. They was dirtier than the dirtiest motherfuckers on earth. Elon, you ain't cut from that cloth. And you gotta be ready to die about that shit too. I mean, generationally. You gotta be ready to risk your whole lineage and generations to come about this shit. You ain't cut like that. You got baby mamas running around and you on drugs allegedly. You ain't cut like that. You know what I'm saying? You're really not. Yeah, you're really not. They want you up out of here. And that's probably why Elon been very quiet. And when he do post, he posting pro-Trump, yeah, it's too late now, nigga. You know, stuck your foot in your ass. It's too late. It's too late. You think them crackers give a damn about what he talking about now? Hell no. It's too late. Truth Be Told channel, thank you for the super chat, says, get you on at the barbershop and you got us in here. Oh, got you on at the barbershop and you got us in here cracking up. Almost fucked up this man head though. Oh, Ingleside, is that what you said? Ingleside, you. Oh, I can't, let me see. I can't see it. Ingleside to you. I don't know what that means at the end, but thank you, Truth Be Told. Shout out to everybody in the barbershop. What's going on in the barbershop? What's going on? Is y'all ready to get Trump up out of here? Let me stop. Thank you, Truth Be Told channel for the super chat. And everybody who's watching, shout out to y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Voodoo Dog TV Reacts. YouTube, subscribe. Okay. Esther, thank you for the super chat. When we gonna stay out of spaces, we're not welcome. I don't know, girl. We need to have a meeting. We have to have a Negro meeting. Because there's a lot of us that still like to be in them spaces. I don't know. Ty Styles, thank you for the super chat. They on them sidewalks though. Fuck around and find out. Facts. And thank you for the super chat again. Got my blicky and a car full of gas. Stay out of the way and face. I know that's right. I know that's right. I keep my car on full, and I keep my gas tank full, and I keep my blickies plural. Stop playing with me. And I know how to shoot them, all of them, plural. Stop playing. I just don't get on here playing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. TL, thank you for the super chat. Boo, I work in pharmaceuticals. Ketamine give you the high that you can get. Huh? Ketamine and fentanyl gives you a sky high in the clouds high. Oh. See, I'm scared of getting too high. I don't like nothing to control me. That's why I don't like really drinking that much. But, well, I do like drinking that much. I'm lying. But I'm scared of drugs that get you that high. I'm scared to take shrooms and stuff. I'm scared of stuff like that. I don't know. I'll just be scared. Thank you, TL, for that. I didn't know that. True Be Told channel, thank you for the super chat. Now it was supposed to say laughing at you. Okay. Oh, no, you good. You good. You good. Thank you, True Be Told. All right, now we got to get into this Diddy trial stuff. If you want the actual details of this Diddy trial, please go follow Make It Make Sense. He's there at the trial. Armand Wiggins, who's doing his big one. I heard he's doing stuff with all these other people down there. Shout out to Armand and some other people. Where do I start? Oh my God. But they're down there at the trial. I just give you my opinion on me watching their recaps and other recaps with you. So I'm just giving you my opinion on the whole thing. Now, let me start by saying when it comes down to Jane Doe, at first y'all was on here talking about Stockholm Syndrome this and Stockholm Syndrome that. And oh, voodoo, you should be ashamed. And oh, she was bullied and groomed. Mind you, the bitch 59. The bitch got great grandkids, and y'all in my comments telling me the bitch was groomed. I'm of confusion, okay? But I told y'all it's not giving me groomed. It's giving me hoe. It's giving me hoe on a come up. It's giving me, I got a nice body. I'm a badass bitch. I got a baby by 50. I need another come up. I'm going to get Diddy. And whatever I got to do to stay in that nigga good graces, I'm going to do it because I'm going to get trips. I'm going to get cars, clothes, designer bags. I'm going to be able to post on Instagram like we together. We're going to be together. He's going to see that I love him and I'm for him and things are going to work out in our favor. And this is what women be thinking. These hoes be thinking when they run across a nigga that's supposed to just be a John, but they fall in love. Because that's what happened here. Okay? Jane Doe is a slut from the 90s, and that's just that on that. I'm unapologetically telling you that Jane Doe got exactly what she deserved, which was a wet ass. Let's really be clear about that. Jane Doe signed up to give wet ass and get wet ass all night long. Every time she spoke to Diddy, it wasn't about nothing but smushing. Smushing down to the ground. Walls came down like Jericho. Bitch so hollow. You feel what I'm saying? You go in there and say, coo-coo. That bitch gonna go, coo-coo-coo. You feel what I'm saying? Because she want to prove to Diddy that she loved him so much that she'd have all these random calls just rammed right on in. Because there's no other way to prove to a man that you love him. You feel what I'm saying? Than having random calls just rammed on up through you. Then she was jealous because while she over there with brush burns on her knees, Young Miami and Gina running around here with all the accolades and she doing all the work. Girl, go lay. Nope, don't go lay. That's what got you in the first place. You get up. You don't go lay down. You stand up. I need you on all 10. All this time. Jane Doe is a dumb slut who thought that she was going to sue Diddy, which she should. Because there's no way I'm over here getting smutted out and I'm watching the next bitch who probably did a third of my work get paid. Bitch, I want my money too. I ain't gonna lie. She ain't wrong with that. She's supposed to be setting up the lawsuit. That she's supposed to do. The lawsuit supposed to be set up. Now, she supposed to do that. Because, bitch, I done laid on my back. I'm supposed to get up on my feet by laying up on my back. Bitch, I've been on my back so long, bitch, I think I'm a paraplegic, bitch. Feet up. What's up? You feel what I'm saying? Bitch, I can't walk. Bitch, I can't talk. I've been on my back so much, bitch. I got a flat head in the back. What the fuck? You are who you are. This Jane Doe girl, her value on how she values herself, that's what she projects to the world. And that's why people treat her, no matter how beautiful she is. That's why people treat her the way that they treat her. She don't value herself. It ain't nothing wrong with doing a freak off. I think freak off, ain't nothing wrong with a freak off. Ain't nothing wrong with a consensual freak off. I ain't got no problem with that. I think my biggest problem is, this is just me, hoes getting the short end of the stick and then having a mad day and then wanting us to come to the rescue. That don't go like that. Now, if your life is in danger or something like that, then of course. But if it's just you getting the short end of the stick of the freak offs, girl, please have several consecutively. You know what I mean? We're not here for this. And you know what this tells me? It ain't just Jane Doe. Every single one of those people, there's only one person that has taken this stand that I will say out of my own mouth and out of my own heart, that I would say there's only one person out of this whole entire thing that I respect. And that was that clear boy who said he saw Diddy beat Cassie one time. He said, and my integrity couldn't handle it, so I quit. He said, this was my dream job. I love this job. I've wanted nothing more than to work with Puff. However, the way my integrity set up, I can't be that man assistant watching and knowing that he popping this lady upside the head. So the man literally quit his dream job. That's the only person in this entire situation with any level of integrity. Capricorn ain't got none. Cassie ain't got none. Kid Cudi ain't got none. Jane Doe ain't got none. None of the security guards got none. KK ain't got none. Nobody around this Diddy thing have integrity. Nobody. And they all said they'll go back and work. None of them. I don't care. Line them up. None of them have integrity. And you don't think Diddy know that? That's probably part of the reason why Diddy treat them like minions in numbers. Because, bitch, I know you here using me. You trying to get in proximity. You trying to get a sign. You trying to get signed to a label. You trying to get a meeting with everybody around me because they want something. No wonder he treated people like minions. I would treat them like that too. I would never want to be in that situation. I would never want to be in that situation. Okay? So, with that being said, Jane Doe came out here with all that crying and stuff, and now we finding out not only was she just the hoe that I've been told y'all she was, not only that, according to what the testimony said, Jane Doe was at a whole nother freak off that Diddy didn't even know about. So I guess that was grooming too, right? Stockholm syndrome, PTSD, to send her to a whole nother freak off opposite of Diddy. Diddy didn't even know about the freak off. So now this Diddy fault too, though, right? She hated the freak off so much. It was so horrible and so painful and so disgusting. But yet and still, she's always initiating the freak offs. Oh, I'm never going to do these freak offs again. I'm so traumatized. My body. Yet she back at the freak offs. At parties. Woo! I ain't mean to do that, but shit, since we here, woo! You know what I mean? At parties and shit. Offering up names, referencing niggas for freak offs. But we supposed to just say she was groomed. The bitch 49. Come on now. Ain't no grooming a bitch like that. You can't groom that hoe. Grooming, please. Ain't no grooming her. Are y'all insane? Did he know what he got? He know what he got. Honestly, I think he got somebody he can't get rid of because that bitch ain't going nowhere. And I feel like she'll die by on that shit too. And I think he know that. And I think that's why he's still paying that whole bills and her attorney fees. Because you're not going to tell, I think Diddy might be a little bit afraid of her. Because you're not going to tell me that Diddy wouldn't have been cut that hoe off. I don't know if he's afraid of what she knows or what she may have as far as information, but there's a level of intimidation there. That nigga's still paying all them bills. I'm just saying. I think Diddy didn't heed the warning when he said, everybody told me your ass was crazy. He should have heeded that warning. He really should have heeded that warning, but he didn't. Now he on audio calling a girl a damn crack pipe. Talking about that's how addictive she is. Mind you, according to her, she the only one know how to get Diddy off. And this is another thing too. When they were describing these escapades, she would say, or they would say, oh, the escort made love to me and Diddy. What does that mean? Did the escort stick his Peter Whacker in Diddy boot? Like, what does that mean? What does it mean when you and Diddy had made love to the escort? What does that exactly mean? Is this the low-key way of telling us Diddy got plummeted? Like, what are you trying to say? I think I'm the only one thought about that. Yeah, I didn't let that part miss me. What you mean both of y'all slept with him, bitch? What you mean? Because 2 niggas and a girl is a train all day, all night. So what did y'all do? In a heterosexual world, 2 niggas and a girl, 2 niggas and 1 girl will forever be a choo-choo. Okay? It will forever be a little engine that could. So I don't know what else y'all had. What y'all was doing? Which is why he will be continuing to pay her bills. You get it? Because she could really air him out on the stand. So that will be why he will be afraid. Now listen, Diddy had the courtroom stunned after audio was played of him calling his ex-girlfriend, who's testifying under the name Jane Doe, a crack pipe. In this clip, Diddy is heard laughing and saying, "You're the crack pipe. That's my new name for you. Crack pipe. Or should I call you CP?" He went on to talk about a 2023 trip they took to Turks and Caicos and told her to stay in the light. I'm going to Turks and Caicos this year because I want to get in the light. Diddy inspired my nails and my feet a few weeks ago. Now Diddy has inspired my vacation. I'm going to Turks and Caicos so I can stay in the light. Meet me there. Don't beat me there. Where was I at? Oh, it says Jane told the court he called her that because he was addicted to her. But his legal team argued she used sex to get what she wanted from him. Jane dated Diddy from 2021 to 2024 and is now on her 6th date of testimony. I'm sorry. Let's get into this crack pipe audio.
Stay in the light. It's all.
Speaking of staying in the light, one more thing, and I'm gonna let this play. The funny shit, and it's not funny, but it's funny. I don't give a fuck. I gotta say this part. Jane Doe had told Diddy that she wanted to unalive herself because she's just been used and abused. She texted that shit to Diddy. That nigga text her back and said, "Breathe." Nigga, what? Could you imagine? You on your last leg and you telling this nigga, "Man, I'm tired of this shit, bro. I'm ready to end it." And the nigga say, "Breathe." Nigga, what? That breed sent me. The breed sent me. I'm sorry. Bitch, listen, that's triggering for me. If I'm in a depressive state and I'm crying and you telling me I'm trying to jump off the bridge and you tell me some shit like breathe, my arms gonna start windmilling on their own. I can't control them. See, that's what I'm saying. My patience and my brain don't hit right. Because the moment I'm crying, ugly cry, telling you I'm ready to jump off the bridge and you say breathe, then the arms gonna get to going. You see, so that's what I'm saying. This was wrong. Diddy, you was dirty. You a low down dirty ass nigga for this Diddy.
All good. Get your rest. You are the pipe. That's my new name for you, pipe. Or should I call you CP? But yeah, I want you to stay in the light. You know what I'm saying? We had a very, very good time together. Like so much fun. So much fun. Now go rest up. Get in your bag. You know what I'm saying? Got your contract. Find a nice little spot. Put your mind at ease. And yeah, I had a great time. And I really, really want you to get some rest. I didn't know about you throwing up and all that. That's when I was like, hold up a second. All right, get some rest, baby. Love. So if you come in for 24 hours, yeah, you always wanted to set some shit up. So now you got the opportunity. So set some shit up for tomorrow night. That last vision we had was Dawn and ATL. See you put it together, baby. Time, stay in the light.
So that's Diddy. The ending part got me when he said, you always talking about wanting to set it up. Now you got your opportunity, set it up, go get Don. So that's Diddy calling her a crack pipe. He is breathing heavily, huh, Carmen? I was like, what is he doing? Why he breathing like that? Like he got apnea, sleep apnea or something like that. But either way, basically this is his voice note telling her to stay in the light. And this is after I want to say they first freak off, or one of the first ones. He's basically reassuring her that she did a great job. They had a good time, and basically affirming that she's the one who wants to set it up. So you set up the next one. She is not a victim. She is a willing participant. Okay, this Jane Doe girl, and she uses the freak offs over his head by saying, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm not gonna let you have a freak off. And then he do it. The nigga done came home off vacation and everything behind this girl saying that she not gonna do no more freak offs. So she had just as much power over Diddy. She just didn't know how to use it. But she had just as much power over Diddy as Diddy thought he had over her, because she pulled the strings for his, what's the word I want to use? She pulled the strings that satisfied his needs. She's just as important as anybody else around there. She's just as important as One Shot. She's just as important as a One Stop, or whatever his name is. All these people that provide Diddy with whatever he needs to maintain, that's how important Jane Doe should be. But she don't even realize. She's slow. She's stupid. So she not even realizing, girl, you can hold the freak offs over his head and get anything you want. And I don't mean like snitching and going out and saying nothing. Meaning all you got to do is say, I'm never doing it again. The nigga gonna fold. Because ain't nobody putting it down like you, dummy. He gonna fold. He gonna play like he not gonna fold. He might even wait a couple of days, but the nigga gonna fold. That's why he calling you crack pipe. You are his crack. You are his drug, because he need them freak offs just like he need the ketamine, and just like he need water, and just like he need food. She just didn't realize it. Slow as a turtle. Slow as a damn turtle. She waits to get jealous of Young Miami to use the freak off as collateral. Are you dumb? That's when you want to pull out the Joker? When you see that he on a vacation with Miami? Oh my God. But again, it ain't for everybody. Where was I? So now, according to Diddy or Jane Doe, she says that Diddy called them the big three: Shaq, Kobe, and Jordan. Girl, it says, per reporting from Complex's Sean Sterro, it says an unnamed woman who has been referred to as Jane Doe during her testimony said that Diddy dubbed a particular three-way trifecta. It says Doe explained that he likened himself to MJ, he likened Jane Doe to Kobe, and he likened the escort to Shaq. This is according to this girl. So they got nicknames: Burton Ernie, Shaq, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Jesus Christ. They got names from everywhere. Okay. So now she supposed to be Kobe. He obviously is Jordan. And then the dude is Shaq. My thing is, what is the dude doing? Is the dude plummeting Diddy, or is Diddy doing the bending, or is Diddy, like, what's going on? Because for this to be a dynamic trio, that means all three parties are involved at the same time. So is this where we're finding that Diddy is coming out? Like, what are we doing? Ain't nothing wrong with him having, being attracted to men. That's not my issue. My thing is with DL men, really. Like, just be who you are. But I know it's complex, and I get that. But with Diddy, I think they're trying to say, without saying, that there were a lot of possible, probably, homo activities happening here. Because you're not going to make me believe that for all them years, he just stayed there and watched. You're not going to ever make me believe that one day Diddy wasn't over there in that corner like this. Hold on. Turn her over. You're not going to make me believe one day Diddy didn't rest his arm and get up to go join the fun. I'm not believing that. I don't believe anything about that. You're not going to tell me Diddy ain't never joined in. Not believing it. Never going to believe it. So this nigga out here with nicknames, and she with the shits. She with them too. She loving the nickname. She said they called her Kobe because they said that she said he was Jordan because he was the GOAT, and she was Kobe because I guess she was the best at what she does in the bed. I mean, I didn't know it was a skill to get smashed, but I mean, I guess it is. I guess you might want to have a skill to lay there and get smashed. I don't know. What's this? Oh no, I damn sure ain't dealing with that right now. But then we can get into the Kanye West situation. So that was a thing with Kanye West happening on, and Kanye West was alleged to have been at the courthouse. Now, in Jane Doe's testimony, she spoke about how they went to another she went to another rapper house. And when she got to said rapper house, there was another freak off. She did drugs. Mind you, when it's dealing with Diddy, it's, oh, I only did it because Diddy wants me to. I only did it because he told me to. I only did it because I have to. But then you go into a whole other setting where Diddy ain't nowhere near around. As a matter of fact, once he finds out, he's pissed. He's livid. But you go into a whole nother setting where Diddy ain't nowhere around and the same drugs and the same activities take place. That's because that's what you want to do. Period, point blank. We're not doing that. You want to do it, and that's fine. Just say that though. But I get it. You trying to get your lawsuit money. I get it. Whatever the case. Well, the rapper, this rapper dude who other freak off she went to, they said he was an icon. So that means top of the top. They say that him and his girlfriend was there. So you over there with a freak off with another rapper and his old lady. Now, rumors have speculated that it was Kanye. I was hearing on the internet that Kanye allegedly came down to the courthouse. I do know that they stopped proceedings for like 30, 45 minutes. And nobody knew why, but then it later turns out that Kanye allegedly was down there yesterday, but was told he couldn't come in. Now, mind you, this is the day yesterday where the girl was testifying about all that stuff with the extra rapper. So people are speculating that Kanye was there to intimidate the girl and make her be afraid to say certain things because he is the rapper allegedly named in that particular situation. Now, according to reports and rumors, they're saying that Kanye's wife, or soon-to-be ex-wife, Bianca, is that her name? Her birthday is in January. When Jane Doe described the situation, she described being at an outing, but she said that it was the rapper's girlfriend's birthday party, and this was in January. So most people went out and did their research, and people are saying that it's Kanye and Rebecca or Bianca, whatever her name is. I don't know, but long story short, it has been alleged that he's in the courtroom today. Okay. I was watching Tisa Tells. Tisa Tells said that he walked right past her. So I don't know how she didn't get the footage. Maybe she did. I don't know. But either way, they say he's there today to show support for Diddy, and that makes sense. And let me tell you why. Because even though Diddy and Ye have been beefing for scolds and blows and years, once Ye was in the industry, at the end of the day, these guys are one and the same. Diddy, Jay, Uncle Rush. These dudes are all one and the same. Yeah, they go their separate ways. Yeah, they beef, but these people are all one in the same. So it would make sense that Diddy and Kanye was cool like that. I think they all get together and do freak offs. They do it in the military, but that's a whole nother story. Okay? But I think that the problem with this case is you're taking everyday things that happen to people of Diddy's caliber and you're criminalizing them. Fine, because I don't do the things that Diddy do because I don't have the money that Diddy has and I'm not as crazy as Diddy is. However, once that trickles down into mainstream or regular folk like me and you, it's going to be a problem. And we won't have anybody else to blame but ourselves, because instead of us going down for what's, or at least dealing with the facts and dealing with what's right and what's wrong, we allow ourselves to attach emotionally to fights, people. We attach ourselves to these things, and that warps our mind. We are literally under a Jedi mind trick. It keeps us walking around in blind circles. So what the powers that be know is all I got to do is feed them and tell them how to think, and they'll go with it. That's why most of the people that surrounding this Diddy trial are saying that they want him to go to jail and that he's a monster. And I'm of the agreement. He is a monster. And I do believe he needs to go to jail. Only thing, my thing is you only locking up one of the monsters. All them people on that doggone stand, they need to be locked up too. Even the people that's not on the stand. Same with R. Kelly. Y'all want to lock up the one person like it don't take a village. That bothers me. That bothers me the most because you don't want to you don't want to make sure another Cassie don't happen. You don't give a fuck about that. You just know that the media told you that Diddy is a monster and you going with the move. And guess what? This is the worst part. He really is a monster. He really and truly is a monster. But what he's in court for, that's not right. And because they're going to get him on something. I don't believe he's going to walk away scot-free. I don't believe it. I don't believe they spend all this money and all this time for that nigga to walk away scot-free. But I've seen different. I've seen crazier. But when this all dust settles and whatever they got to do, like they're going to strip him like they're trying to strip Elon, take all his resources, take all his money. They're going to strip him just like they're trying to strip Elon. That's what they're doing. They're doing the same thing to Lil Durk. They're doing the same thing to all these people. They're going to strip him. But once they strip him of all his things and he's left bare naked to look in the mirror and understand that none of these people around him were his friends. As a matter of fact, a lot of these people around him are more monsters and devils than he are. Hopefully, maybe he'll change it. He'll have a change of heart. But I predict, and I could be wrong, but I just go off of patterns. I told y'all I love pathology. I study people patterns. And typically a person like Diddy, who's been rich all of his adult life, at least in his early 20s, maybe late teens. I know for a fact, early 20s, he's been in control and been rich his whole life. Once they strip him of everything that he has, it wouldn't surprise me. And I would hope that this doesn't happen, but it wouldn't surprise me if we got some bad news because he has no purpose. Once you strip him of everything that he believes is him, he has no purpose. And typically those people either wither away or the latter. You know what I mean? I would hope that that's not the case here. But again, it is what it is. It is what it is. This witness is making it look real bad for the prosecution. Because if she was supposed to be the second coming of Cassie, then this ain't it. This ain't it. You literally went got a hoe, gave her immunity. Okay? You went found a hoe that he'd been dealing with for some years, gave her immunity, and you thought that you were just going to be, as long as we keep on the narrow path of the mental health situation and of the, as long as we keep hitting them with the mental health, they're not going to see it. And a lot of us still don't see it. A lot of us still don't see it that Jane Doe is just a hoe. And that's okay. Because we still under the mind control of this mental health. Well, it's grooming, it's this, it's that. Y'all acting like hoes don't exist. When you peel back the layer of any criminal, they all got some type of traumatic background. Now what? So you telling me no criminal should ever be charged with anything because of their traumatic backgrounds? Almost, if not all, damn near all criminals have a traumatic history and a traumatic background. That does not mean that they get a pass for the egregious, nasty, funky shit they do. And if you want me to be completely honest, between Diddy, Cassie, and Jane Doe, I don't know how many lives they affected with Criminality and STIs. Because we know they was getting UTIs, and typically with back-to-back UTIs come a STI. So I don't know how many people's lives y'all affected. I don't know what y'all done gave out. I don't know what y'all done did. So mother pluck Diddy and Jane Doe, to be completely honest. I don't even know why we wasting our time going through this whole week, 2 weeks of trial for us to hear how this whole like to get ran through like a goddamn locker room. What are we doing? I didn't need 2 weeks of this hype on the stand. I don't care who it is. I didn't need 2 weeks of this. I know hotels when I hear them. I can go watch Pimps Up, Hoes Down if I wanted a real good hotel. I didn't need this girl to come up on this stand and do a whole bunch of nothing. To just tell us about all the times she was a cadaver for human black cock. Dummy. It's stupid. It's dumb and it's stupid. All those things that we claim to have heard about Diddy doing, they say the baby Earl was paralyzing people, ain't heard high low of that. They said Diddy was around here popping pills on people, they turning into aliens and stuff, ain't heard high low of that. Where's the churn? They said it was churn getting over there by Diddy. Ain't heard high low of that. You know why? Because that involves more than Diddy. Now you got to bring other celebrities in it. You ain't going to hear it. Right now, what you're witnessing is them dragging Diddy down to the ground, and he deserves it. But they dragging him down to the ground. They're going to strip him of everything that he has, everything that he thinks he has, everything that he could dream of having, and they're going to leave him destitute, and then we're going to be here. And then either we going to get a Jeffrey Epstein type of tea, but he'll never be the same, and he won't last long. And that's what they want to do. Same like Elon. Same thing. You know what I mean? But either way, I just think it's pointless and it's stupid. It was entertaining, though. I think all the fights are made up by the prosecution, all of them. I think all of the details from the fights are, if not made up, I think they help ghostwrite these fights, because all these fights sound like a TV fucking sitcom. Every single fight that anybody has described, and maybe it is possible, but that should be sounding like I'm watching cartoons on a Saturday morning. Like, it really be on some Cartoon Network type. I'm like, how does this nigga stand up for 15 minutes straight on one leg and kick you for 15 minutes straight? Like, what? How does a nigga pick you up by the titties? I'm still trying to figure out the what do you call it? Is that physiology? What is the study to find out if you could pick a bitch up by her titties? I'm curious. Now, I don't want to do it, but I'm curious. Can you literally pick a bitch up by her titties without them tearing? This is a real question. This is a real question. The titties, picking up by the titties was enough for me. It's bad enough they say you got Kid Cudi saying he's standing in the door like an Avenger. Then you got another bitch hollering about he stood on one leg like goddamn Chung Lee and started kicking for dear life. Now he picking bitches up by the titties. I want to see. I want to YouTube. Is there a video? Like, I need to see. I have. Ever since I heard that in my brain, I can't get it out. I have to see it. I have to see a bitch get picked up by her titties. I have to see it because my brain it's not like my mind not gonna rest until I know what they look like. I just feel like it's all cap. I just feel like this is all a bunch of cap and we don't even see it because we so emotionally charged. They keep us distracted, man. Watch out. Man, niggas say picking bitches up by the titties. Didn't remember the other fight? They said Diddy knocked on the door. They said Diddy opened the door and just started throwing knives. They say that bitch Diddy hit the doorbell. Ding dong. They say that bitch was waiting by the door like this. Soon as that bitch opened, pop! You feel me? Could you imagine opening the door and a nigga butcher knife go past your head? Then they say, well, girl, what did Cassie do? She said Cassie picked the knife up and threw it back. Bitch, if you don't get me out of this Game of Thrones ass shit, bitch, hell no. Bitch, y'all niggas play too much. Bitch, I don't want to be around you and your old man. Bitch, y'all do the most. I might catch a straight knife. No. Bitch, what is this? Kill Bill? No, bitch. No, bitch. I'll be damned if I come by your house again. I don't know when this nigga gonna knock back on the door with another knife. Hell no. You come by my house. How about that? You come by my house. I'm not coming over there no more. Because, bitch, your nigga might stab me on mistake. No. And I'm just saying, it's certain fights I have to physically see with my own eyes. If I don't see with my own eyes these things that's been described to my brain, I don't know. I think I might lose my brain. I got to see it. I got to see it now. Y'all said it was true. I got to see it. Somebody write the movie or something. Somebody do something. I don't know. The picking up by the titties, though, that one's going down in infamy. I thought, hog tie. I don't even know how to hog tie. I ain't hog tie. I thought that one go down in infamy. Nah, it's the picking up by the titties for me. That's the part. Pick a bitch up by the titties. Lord, I'm trying to see. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see something. Mine heavy. I don't think he could pick mine up. I don't think he could pick me up by mine. It must be for the itty bitty titty committee. It must be for them girls. Yeah. It's got to be for them girls. I don't think he could pick me up by mine. I don't think mine gonna go up like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think mine not gonna support my body. It's got to be the itty bitty titty committee. It's got to be. You can't tell me no otherwise. You can't tell me no otherwise. Because the big titty girls, good luck. Good luck. And I don't even have the biggest, but I don't have the smallest neither. But good luck. Where was I? Yeah, it's got to be the A cups. It's got to be the A cups, girl. Because these double D's, it's saying, girl, go lay down, play with your mom. These double D's saying, girl, not today, Satan. Yes, ma'am. Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat. Jane outed Ye on the stand. Watch the feds bring a trafficking case against Ye too. Oh, no. He was getting one regardless. He was running around here getting reparations in the form of slavery through that clear woman he been around here running around naked with. So he was coming up next regardless. Ye on the way next. Oh, you think them clears gonna let Ye get away with running around here allegedly slutting that white girl out, that lily white girl? You seen what happened to the last security guards? Where's Shannon? You seen what happened to the last security guards? Where's Shannon? They gonna get him. But this is the crazy part too, though. See, Kanye crazy. And you know, with crazy people, you can't get through to them. Even when you just, it's kind of like, maybe they won't. I don't know. Because maybe they feel like Kanye is a lost cause. I don't know. That's what I would think. I would be like, I'm not even wasting my energy on this Kanye shit. This nigga tripping. That's what I would be. That's just me, though. That's just me. All right, y'all. With that being said, we had 2.5 hours. Dear God, be offense. Can somebody do an experiment and ask your old man to pick you up by the titties? If you got A cups and you would like to be a part of an experiment, you don't have to record it. All we need you to do is just report back if it is possible. If anybody on the chat, grown adult, got a husband or a sister or somebody you're comfortable with, if you can, if you got A cups and you're on the line, you don't have to record it. You just got to come back and tell me what it is. If you can, if anybody would like to do this, conduct this experiment and tell us if you can really be picked up by the titties. If you can, I would love to have you on. We'll dedicate a live specifically for you because I really got to see what my brain feel like it does see. My eyes haven't seen it yet, but my brain did. But I got to see it. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, shout out to everybody in the building. Special shout out to the A-Cup girls because we need y'all right now. Come through in the clutch. Love y'all down to the ground. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Especially my A-Cup girls. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, Blaze.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wow, 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 lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.